link.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we have someone here. Hello, Mr. Tio.
We're just getting organized, so give us 1 second.
And we're just trying to see if this works. Yeah. How do we do that? Share. Copy. Okay. Yay! Okay, it's working. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm so glad this is working. Can a few people just right away let us know if it's clear, if you can hear us, if the video is lagging or not lagging? It shows it's okay on our end. Oh, this is so cool! Wow. Good morning from the UK, from Tasmania. Wow, you are up very early. Early in the morning, right?
Morning all.
Okay. I guess we're just gonna wait a minute or two to do our intro.
Yeah,
so that we don't miss.
Good morning, early risers. I hope everyone has coffee on board.
Yeah.
We're going to give a couple of minutes for everyone to get on, and we are then going to lay out the format of today's first session.
Yeah. Do you want to just put up the story?
I did.
You did? Okay. And then, oh, cool. So it's on our post. Oh, no. I need to put a new link on here. Sorry. Max, how do I delete this? Okay, I'm just going to post a new link. Sorry, delete that.
Everyone, hang with us 2 seconds.
This is exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time because there's already 300 people in here. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, how are we going to be able to get to these? Hello, everybody. Hello. From Florida, from Richmond Hill.
David Lee, whoop, whoop. I agree.
Las Vegas. It's hard to even read them that fast. Darren Norcutt from Las Vegas.
Good morning.
Okay, here, I'll just post this new one. Post.
Okay.
Accidentally live stream Q&A. There you go. Okay.
All right. We are live. I'm sitting on a couple of tires here. We're in front of the van. How the hell do we keep up with these questions?
Oh, I can hold it. I can hold it. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to just wait a few more minutes and see if, because like people are jumping on very quick, so I just want to say the intro and then everyone miss.
No, I think start. Oh, Aki,
come here, buddy.
Okay, play you talking.
Okay. So welcome. Thank you all for joining us this Sunday, especially on such last minute notice. We are checking in, as this will probably be a question. I'll just say we're checking in from San Pedro de Atacama in Chile, which is our 16th country in the van or 17th country in the van. We just came off a few weeks of very extreme conditions and awesome outdoor living and trekking. And so we're a little bit run down now, but it's sunny here. We're back to 2,500 meters of elevation after being up to 5,000 meters of elevation. So it's a nice little break from the cold into the heat.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just want to explain why we wanted to do this live stream. First, we want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has supported us along this last year of posting our journey on YouTube. It's been incredible just sharing this with you. It's definitely added to the overall experience. And so many of you have given us great recommendations of what to see and do along the way. We were going to film a Q&A and going to ask you questions in this week's video, and decided instead of having to film and take your questions, we could just sit down live with you and chat. Okay. All right, to see what happened to the lips. And while we're explaining things, this is a cold sore. I usually get it from a sunburn, which we got while we were on the salt flats in Bolivia, and it's very painful. So pardon me if you think it's horrible to look at, but I feel everybody else out there who has cold sores.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm pretty proud of Lee, because we did talk about not even filming at the moment because of her lip, but she said, you know, the fact is that people get cold sores, people get pimples, and we're normal people. And yeah, I think it's good that we went ahead with it anyway.
Anyway, so we have a lot of questions already piling up. So I think we're just going to dive into the Q&A. We are going to do our absolute best, understanding that we're not going to be able to answer every single question. So we're going to try as hard as we can. And yeah, we're looking forward to chatting.
So, but in terms of, I know there's already some questions down, but what we thought would be good is if you could format the question, if you're directing it to one of us, start with our name, and then end your question with where you're from, because we love reading, you know, where you're from all over the world. So we'll start diving in now.
All right. Just wanted to get a coffee rush back.
Remember
Okay,
to say
so
the
a lot
names.
a lot of it is just greetings at first.
So a lot of you just saying hi to start off with.
We need to get
Hello.
Aki in here. Well, we should turn. Aki's sitting right behind us, but he's just having a
I
nice
tried to get Aki
lazy
onto
morning.
this spot in the van, but he's not playing well. Oh, yeah.
I love you guys as these comments are speeding by. Thanks, the Zad family. We're just trying to catch up on these. So what does this mean? What does this mean?
Can everyone see Aki's back at the moment?
Show it.
Look at him. Stay. Sit. Good boy.
Aki's a little bit dusty from all the dust and wind here.
I'll stop blocking him for a second. Stay there, buddy.
Okay. Hi, Sasha. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Let's get down to questions. Oh, there's so many olas and hellos. Welcome, everybody.
I think I just saw a hello from Richmond Hill.
Okay, here's our first question. Julie Jones. Hi, Max and Lee. Yes, you're clear, and yes, we can hear you. It's 4 p.m. UK time. You're looking good, guys. Sorry, you've got to call. Thanks, Julie. And I'm sure a few other people are going to sympathize and empathize who understand what they're like. Hi, guys. From Angel Garcia. Are you planning a European trip? Yes, indeed. It was kind of always on our mind to be going to Europe after South America, but we are definitely looking into shipping from
Montevideo in Uruguay
to potentially Portugal, Spain coastline, but we haven't, as you know, we're not huge planners, so we'll have to dive into that.
Yeah, but that is on the cards, and hopefully we'll be meeting up with some friends over there.
Yeah. All right. Morning from Aussie in Texas. Ooh, Perky Penny Paper Arts. You're living in Texas as an Aussie. It's probably nice and warm there right now.
Zach Turu, hi from London. How's the weather in London? I'm guessing it's pretty nice at the moment.
Okay, so Sunrise Nutrition and Fitness. What is your best advice on hitting the road full time? I guess I would say there's never exactly a right time. Like, you're probably never going to have as much money as you want or be as mentally prepared as you want. I think, if it's something that you want to do for a long time, get yourself ready, hit the road. And it's not like once you hit the road, you're not living normal life. Like, you can still get everything you need. You can still stop and reset. It's not a permanent thing. Yeah,
I think, exactly. I think there's a bad time to hit the road, and that's when you've got zero money behind you and, you don't have some savings. But if you're in a position where you got savings, you're never going to get all the answers. So I'd say just go for it, and you can always go home. Just don't ship your van to another continent if you don't have enough behind you.
Yeah. Say hello to my young family watching now. Daniel Rise Owen, hello to your whole family watching.
Hey,
thank you for joining us this morning/afternoon. So Creative Cam says, my husband and I and our corgi, Aurora, love. Oh, sorry, I thought this was a question. Oh, thank you. That is awesome.
Sasha Lee's sister actually wants a corgi, so
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so these are a lot of the highs, everybody. Hello. Whoop, whoop.
Make sure you shoot through your hard-hitting questions, guys. This is where you can ask us anything.
We're getting into some now. Oh, wow. How did I skip all these?
Wait, go down. Lee.
No, I'm trying to go up. I'm trying to go up to the beginning ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to dive in. I'm sorry if I've already missed some. Leah Max, where do you guys want to travel the most? United States, Indiana. By Trey Bowling. Where do I want to travel the most? I don't know. It's hard because we're already currently traveling in places that I never necessarily thought we would be.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like absolute bucket list, I guess for me, I'd love to go to the Komodo Islands. I'd love to go to Madagascar, and I feel like the whole African continent.
Yeah. I'd like to go to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that can come into the works.
Actually, keep it there because I just saw one that I was going to answer. David Condon asked, did we get our inverter fixed yet? The answer to that is no. A lot of people worked it out, but it was actually largely my mistake. I got a 220 volt inverter from Australia, and it turns out that our blender was 110. So we actually have a new inverter coming, and we will be getting that probably in the next month.
Yeah, so at the moment we still don't have a blender, which is too bad. Joe Chavez says, Max, are you ever planning to hook up with Sally and the Vagabond?
Yes. We have talked to them on and off, and we would absolutely love to meet up with them.
So I guess the answer is we're not planning. We don't have a plan to do so, but it would be really cool if we did. However, we're currently just in such different areas. So I don't know how that will work. Yeah. All right. How does this work?
Click on it.
Oh, Lisa C. Thank you so much for some treats for Aki. Aki, did you hear that?
Aki just got some treats
Aki, you just
given.
got some treats. Come here. Come say hello.
He's excited by the concept.
Come on up.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And Jazz from San Diego. Have you guys smoked weed on your way down? Is it common or criminalized? To be honest, I think it depends on which country you're in. In Mexico, I don't think it was legal. I don't know about other countries, but
we smell it around. That's for sure.
We actually have very, very rarely. So
yeah, it's not. It definitely doesn't seem as common as Canada or like Colorado or places where it is now legalized.
And if you're asking in terms of you're interested because you might want to do it, it's definitely available. We've smelt it. It's everywhere.
Available. You can get it.
And I'd probably just not cross borders with it. Would be my main advice.
Yeah, or carry it because there's police checkpoints randomly everywhere, so you could get hit with a police checkpoint at any time. So I just did go down. You gotta go down.
I think I just saw one.
No. You're skipping.
Sorry.
Okay, inverter fix. Please come to UK. So Max, this is for you. How long did you train Aki from Natalia Chabros?
Natalia.
To Natalia. Sorry.
So I got Aki when he was 8 weeks old, and for the first few months, I was really diligent with. I took him to obedience training and everything like that. But probably his first 3 months, I was very strict on it. But after that, I think I've just kind of kept it, and he's stayed the amazing dog he is. To be honest, I think it's more him than me. He's just a smart dog and is a great dog. Yeah,
it's true. So Aaron Davies says, Max and Lee, what has been your favorite country so far? From Fort McMurray, Alberta. Oh, wow. It's probably, I guess it's summertime. I was going to say it'd be cold.
Favorite country in the van?
Yeah, let's say in the van because that's easier. Lately, it's been Ecuador has been high on my list, but at the same time, Peru. It's hard because the most recent place in my mind, obviously, is Bolivia and Peru, and
for me,
every place is
me Mexico. But I think it was just that it had that added element of really good surf as well as amazing food and everything else.
Colombia also was incredible, absolutely incredible, and I guess all of South America has been surprising me the most because I was more scared to come here than Max. I didn't have as much knowledge. It was more ignorance, and it was just the fact that when we ship our van, it's a huge commitment because it was expensive to ship. We crossed it across water, and we're going to be here for a while. So far, South America's blowing my mind. I'm sure it's been blowing some of your minds as well as you've been watching along.
Marion, hey, one of our patrons.
Hello, Marion.
Super stoked you could join us on here. Do you ever get nervous about fuel, food, camping remotely? Is the diesel situation in Peru? The diesel situation made me wonder if you ever worry. I think one thing that makes us worry a lot less about the fuel situation is that our Sprinter van can go almost 1,000 kilometers, which is about 600 miles on one tank. So in terms of distance, we don't really worry. In terms of quality, it's definitely we're noticing the quality down here is worse. You see a lot of black smoke coming out of your exhaust and everything.
Especially in Bolivia.
Yeah, but I think having the older Sprinter helps.
And if you are going to take a vehicle that has a smaller tank, it's best to just get some extra gas cans and put them on the top.
It's really
cheap. You see that everywhere. It's cheap, and you're always kind of better being safe than sorry. But in saying that, we've gone to some really remote places, but most of the time other travelers are coming through. And if you're very worried, you're likely to run into somebody
And food-wise, we can store a lot of food. So that's not something we ever worry about. We just make sure we're prepared with plenty of dry. Yeah, I'm going to do another of these ones first. Lee, Felix says, Lee, oh my God, why are you so gorgeous? Love from the Philippines. That's a good question, Felix.
Brandy Smith. Max and Lee, how much did you save before you started your journey? Estimate, of course, and was it pretty good amount to work with? From Texas, but in Michigan, USA. Brandy, so Max had a bit more savings because he had worked his career for a long time. My goal was to save $2,000 a month, $24,000 for the year. So I was trying to save $2,000 a month the whole 12 months before we left. I didn't quite hit that goal as bit more money went into the van than we planned originally. So I'd say that I left with about $18,000. We planned
Canadian.
We planned to travel with that for a year. It was definitely a comfortable amount, in saying that you can be extremely frugal on the road if you try to be, as well as using the iOverlander app. You can get a lot of free camping.
Yeah.
So I'd say the best way to save on money as an overlander is to cook your own food and to try to free camp as much as possible if you're okay with not as many showers and stuff like that.
Chris Hines, treat yourself to some more board wax, dude. Did you see that I've just cleaned my boards, but thank you. I appreciate that. They are now
Max
clean.
is looking forward to getting back in the surf. It's been a bit since we've been in the surf.
Victor, hey guys, all respect. Tell me how to convince my ex-girlfriend to do something like you do with me. She adores you all. Ex because of long distance. Ooh, I'd have to say, Victor, it's harder to convince her if she's your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, but long distance, I don't know. I always say give me the chance, you know, like if you want to try out the van and she's skeptical, and you can say to her, listen, if she's really on edge, then you set up the van, you set up everything, tell her, you know, book a ticket here. If it doesn't work out, I'll help you get back, and just give it a try, because you don't really know how things are going to go until you get together in that space and just start traveling together.
Yeah.
So we can help you. Let us know where you're planning to go. We can help set you up a little itinerary.
And Gustav, I see you've gone with our format, so I'm very happy with that. A question for both of us: how's the van doing? Any major issues or things to fix from Sweden? The van is doing okay. It currently has an engine light on again, which is still that same electrical issue. But we just did one of the hardest treks. So the next couple of weeks after this, we've got some epic videos for you guys, and we cross some of the best wild camping we have the whole trip. And the van has done so well in it, which you're going to see. But yeah, I just need to get that electrical issue fixed, but otherwise it's going good.
Mike Ramirez says, hi guys, how do you deal on those nights when not everything is perfect and missing home is all that matters? From Dallas, Texas. Mike, that is a tough question, and if I could answer that question better, that would be the money. Sometimes it really sucks, you know, sometimes we do struggle. We've had a bad day, things aren't going well, we're feeling lost and a little, you know, not together.
There's definitely bad days.
There's definitely bad days. Lately, we've tried to get more into some fiction books. I've been reading a lot of nonfiction, and I find sometimes it's too serious. Whereas we just read a great book recommendation. This is from Max's mom. It's called Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, and it's a book kind of about loneliness, and it's just amazing. And it kind of takes you out of the world that you're in and puts you into another world. So personally, I think fiction, whether it's movies or books, can bring you somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely helps.
Yeah.
Ralph, you do not need to give us any money. Thank you so much for being such a good patron and everything already,
and supporter and everything.
And that we're just going to put towards Oki's treats as well.
Yeah, thanks you, mate. Ralph.
Okay. Yes, are we planning an African trip? Yes, we are.
Max would like to. I would like to do it in a bit better vehicle,
but we would definitely be doing it in a convoy, perhaps with other YouTubers you may know.
Yeah. Gregory Kubak says, have you ever been to Ireland? Greg from Ireland. Max has. I haven't yet. I've actually never been to Europe at all, so I'm very much looking forward to going to Europe. My whole family has been there. My parents actually went to high school. Hi, Mom and Dad. I know you're here as well. They went to high school in Germany. My sister's been back multiple times, so we're due.
The Explorers Legends, if any of you guys haven't watched their YouTube channel yet, get on it. They've got a great channel,
and they're traveling around in Europe at the moment, so we are going to be able to exchange some details, because I think it's you guys that we're wanting to go to South America next.
But we hope to catch up with you guys in Europe. Definitely.
Floriella P says, Leah Max, what was your favorite place in Colombia? Un abrazo desde Colombia. Oh, so it's a hugs from Colombia.
Favorite place in Colombia? That's tough. So Colombia was awesome. We absolutely loved Colombia.
Yeah.
For me, it rates above Ecuador.
A highlight for me of Colombia was Chicamocha Canyon. It was just absolutely beautiful. It was near a small town called San Gil, between San Gil and Bucaramanga, and that's when Emma came to visit. If you guys saw those videos, it was just such a pleasure having Emma with us. She was so excited about everything and made us really excited. And then this little town called Barachara had this slice of heaven campground, and that whole area was just kind of magical to me. So I really liked that.
And I loved El Jardín. One of my favorite towns I've
El
been to.
Jardín was a very small little colonial town in the middle of like all these beautiful mountains, relaxing. It was incredible.
So Hollis Primus, are you planning on coming to Chile? Well, I think you said at the start, didn't you? But
we are in Chile. For anybody that joined late, we're in Atacama, Chile at the moment. We just crossed the border from Bolivia into Chile at 5,033 meters in elevation. We're now back down to 2,500 meters. We're in the desert. It's beautiful today.
Yeah. So our videos we're about 2 weeks ahead now, which is the first time ever we've been ahead.
Yeah.
And it's partly for a safety reason. There's a few reasons we are, but
it's also partly to take some stress off us. So if we get sick or, we're just not feeling great, we don't have to film.
Okay. Karthik Arugumgam. Sorry, I hope I pronounced that right. Max and Lee, where would be your next destination? I'm guessing he means after South America. That is likely Europe, but still to be confirmed.
Tesla says, yes, you guys should hook up with Eamon and Beck in Europe. That is the plan. If all goes well, we are very excited to see them and actually have our vans together again. Okay, where is Aki? Aki is sleeping. Let's just turn the camera around for a sec and show him.
I don't know, because we're not going to be able to read the questions.
Okay, you're right. Okay. Andrew Lucken says, hi, Max and Leanne from North Carolina. How was the weather in Ecuador? I'll be going there in September for the first time. Rain season was over when we were there. September. The weather was beautiful when we were there.
Yeah.
I think we weren't in rain season, and I think rain season might be starting like over the winter time. Our winter time.
I think the thing about Ecuador though is that you can go and it's only a few hours to go from the mountains to the beach, so you can kind of escape the weather if you need to.
Yep. Adrian Perez says, Max and Lee, any plans to go back to Australia again?
Yep, I've got a little nephew there that I need to go and see, so we are trying to figure something out just for a short break.
Brian Chevalier, I'm so sorry. Okay. What's been the hardest part logistically living with Aki? I plan on a similar trip with my 4-legged kid. Logistically with dogs, the hardest times is when you're getting into cities, I think, because if you're wanting to get out of the van and have a shower, you need to find a dog-friendly accommodation, which surprisingly, more often than not, it works out if you actually just go and ask, even if they have a no dog sign on their website. If you talk in person, you can kind of haggle and barter a lot down here, and you can work it out. National parks would be the second more difficult one. So we've had to kind of plan our trip around which parks we can bring him in.
Yeah, but we find there's a lot of flexibility down here.
There is a lot more flexibility down here than there is in North America. Yeah. But still, I think at the end of the day, it's kind of always situational. So yes, you have to be more in mind. But as you saw in our Death Road video, we were able to go on that 12-hour tour with Aki when we asked them. And then the next video we're sharing next week, we also were able to bring Aki. So if you ask, you can...
Someone asked us the other day, and I think it's actually true, whether we think Aki gets away with more because he's such a good-looking dog. And to be honest, I think he does. Yeah. If your dog looks like a street dog down here, then it might struggle a bit to get
just because there's so many street dogs already.
Oh, thank you so much, Stacey. You definitely didn't have to do that. Stacey,
thank you.
If you want to write again, Stacey, I think I just messaged you before on another platform. Can you tell me, you're in the States, right? So I hope this timing's better for you than you thought. Maybe scroll down a bit.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to go to every question. So
okay, fine. This one's good. Haraman 2009 says, hi, why don't you travel with a few more comfort items in your van? Some other vans in your vlogs have more comfort creatures like AC, etc. Warmest regards from India. Yes, we would like to get AC. We are just ridiculous and haven't spent the money because it could be $100 fix and it could be a $1,500 fix and it could be $1,500 and still not work again. It's more the fact that we're just constantly moving that we haven't really set up the time to do it. Yeah. And now that we're in the Andes, we don't need air conditioning as much.
Exactly. And if it was a $1,500 fix and we knew it would fix it, we would get it done now. But
in saying that, we've talked a lot and we plan on doing some upgrades soon to make those little creature comforts make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
Read it out loud.
Okay, Gabe forgot you already. I want to travel from New York City to Ushuaia, Argentina in a small limo. Do you think I'll run into problems in Central America?
I think that
I can't tell if you're joking.
No, I think that...
What's a small limo?
Oh, the small limousine.
Like a car?
Okay, I'm going to answer this question. I think that could be epic, to be honest. I think where you would most run into trouble is because limos are longer and they've got low clearance. the main thing that we've found that you need more than a four-wheel drive is high clearance. So that's where you could run into a bit of trouble, but it could be really cool. It's an adventure. You know, combis have low clearance too, and combi life prove you can drive the whole way. So I reckon go for it.
That's true. Ariel Gonzalez says, super chat for Rocky. I am from India and at present in New Zealand.
Love
cool.
New Zealand.
I'd love to know where in New Zealand you are because we both absolutely love New Zealand. So thank you very much. We'll give that one to Aki as well. Yeah. Kelly Nomad says, hi guys, and Aki Bear, who's currently sleeping right beside us. Yeah. What's your long-term goals and how do you plan on, and do you plan on van living? Glenn and Desi, hot Bulgaria. Ooh,
cool. We'll have to come visit when we get to Bulgaria.
Long-term goals, we're still figuring that out. But we kind of talked a lot more on this trip after getting to like fincas and eco stays that eventually we'd love to have like a little bit of property ourselves and build a tiny home, whether it starts to be with a bus or it, you know, is a tiny home or a van again.
Something with a little bit more space, I think.
Definitely more space and more creature comforts. But we talked about the idea of like having our own kind of community where we can have overlanders stay with us and, you know, eventually start an Airbnb where people come and we can curate like whether we have a yoga platform or do classes or workshop or something.
We essentially just want to keep the overlanding dream alive, whether we're moving or not.
Yeah. Chandra, oh, that's nice. Thank you. Selena Talbot says, what has been one of the most memorable adventures you three have been on? Love from Selena and Josh in London.
That's so tough. But honestly, the last week we finally convoyed with another van and we did the Lagunas route, which is considered by a lot of overlanders to be the best section of driving overlanding in the whole of the Americas. And I would say that would be one of the most memorable. It was unreal. That'll be up in a couple of weeks.
We're very excited to share that.
Oh, thank you, Franco.
Oh, thank you, Franco Baldino.
Franco.
How do you not get annoyed at each other with such a small space? You both seem so lovely, but still. Well, we definitely do get annoyed at each other. I guess we don't always have that on camera because sometimes it's in between camera, but
sometimes it's on camera.
Sometimes it's on camera. I think it's just kind of part of the whole thing. Like, you know, I guess the way that I personally explain it is that the emotions are kind of short-lived. Like when I get mad, I get really mad and like flustered for a minute or two, and then it kind of flows away. Like we don't have time to go to work and to stoop over an argument. Like if we have an argument, it seems kind of aggressive because it's happening right at that moment in full emotion, but then it's done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's good. We're human, you know, we do have arguments and stuff, but in the van, you just got to get over them really quickly.
Yeah.
So Mason West, legend, love all your comments. And he said, hello from Austin, share the news, then take questions. You'll look great in the wintry hemisphere now. Yeah. Thankfully, the desert's a little warmer.
Yeah. Andrew Groulet says, do you struggle to find water and can you drink tap water in South America or is it solely bottled? He's from the Wales in UK.
Good question.
Yes, we do struggle a little bit to find water, specifically in Peru and Bolivia, because it didn't seem as accessible to get the 20-gallon big 20-liter big blue water bottles. Yeah. In Colombia, they were everywhere. In Mexico, they were everywhere. In Central America, they were everywhere. Down here, it's less available. So you can get water filters, or we do eventually find it, but it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah. Spot on. Kristen Baker, love watching your videos. Be safe and enjoy your adventures. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kristen.
I do feel a lot of people worry about us a lot, and I think that's just the adventure activities we're doing. But I do just want to reiterate, we always try and be safe, and especially for Oki, we realize he's our dependent, so we make sure we take really good care of him. Thank you, Kristen. My mum often reminds me to be safe too. Jazz, hi from California. What's your daily budgets? Do you think a new Tundra would be better than a van for this trip? Daily budgets is a good question. To be honest, we used to be really good at tracking it. Now we're not as good, but I think we just really try and keep on top of what we're spending.
Well, it really depends by country. What we found when we first got to South America was Menu del Dia, which is like the lunchtime, like almuerzo. So lunch here is the biggest meal and it's the cheapest. So in Colombia and Ecuador, we were getting lunch for $2.50 US.
Yeah.
And it would be rice, beans,
avocado,
salad, and if you're meat eater, meat or eggs or whatever, some sort of like other protein if it's not lentils. So you could get away with that. And then groceries have seemed kind of about the same price everywhere we've gone, to be honest. We expected groceries to get cheaper. Fresh fruits and vegetables down here are cheaper. If you're eating fresh fruits and vegetables, it's fine. Meats, not that we don't buy meat, but it seems like it's kind of cheaper down here. Like it's widely available. Like today we tried to ask for avocado instead of ham, and she said no, because ham's cheap and avocado is expensive here in Chile.
It's kind of the opposite normally at home.
Yeah. So
good question though.
But yeah, I think a Tundra would be good for the trip if you put a camper on top.
The Tundra
for sure.
Yeah. I do. I think a van would be much more comfortable. We've met a lot of people with rooftop tents, and the thing is, if it's like rainy for a few days or anything, you just don't have the living space you have in a van.
It doesn't have to be rooftop tent though. It could be the hard shell that Martin and Lily have.
Yeah, but it's still not as much.
Theirs is huge. They have a
Tundra, or is a Tundra a ute or
a Tundra is like a American truck.
Oh yeah, a Tundra with a full hard top camper would be amazing. That would be so good.
Okay.
Max, where was your favorite place in Ecuador? I loved Mompiche for surfing, really cool little community. Otherwise, Wild Child Village was insane.
Yeah, Ayampe was really cool too for surfing for you.
Yeah.
Dreamster J, what are your astrology sun signs? Also, great shirt, Max, and lovely hat, Lee. Why, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. We
Tom gave me this shirt, by the way.
Our astrology sun signs. I'm a Scorpio.
Is the sun sign the same as the
astrology sign?
Oh, I guess it's the same. I am a Sagittarius.
Yeah, so if you can tell us any more what that means. I think Mom's told us before that we're like fire and water. Something like that.
Yeah. Perky Pen and Paper Arts. What drone do you recommend? Ooh, I love the drone questions. As you can probably tell, we love flying the drone. We have a DJI Mavic Pro that we bought secondhand, and it has been amazing. It's actually a little bit damaged at the moment, so we need to get it repaired. But I would highly recommend, we're not sponsored in any way, but all DJI products seem pretty good. Everyone traveling seems to either have a Mavic or if you want a smaller one, a Spark or an Air. I think go the Mavic if you really want 4K clear, amazing footage. But if you're tight on space, the Sparks are amazing. They're like this big. You can fit in your backpacking.
Cool. Alex Fouché says, hey, from Portsmouth, UK, what sports are you planning on doing while you're on your travels, and where will it be for Christmas this year? Christmas, we will likely be in Argentina because my family is coming down the last week of November, first week of December, which is over Max's birthday and my mom's birthday, which will be really cool.
Yeah, we can't wait for that.
Yeah. So we'll probably be in Argentina for Christmas.
Hopefully in Antarctica. That would be amazing.
Yeah. And then for sports, I've joined in for soccer here or there, but we really haven't. Surfing. Hiking. We've been doing like a lot of walking sports.
If any local sports teams on the way down, or especially in Europe, invite us, for a game of cricket or something like that.
Yeah.
We
kind of miss that. The sports opportunity for sure. Binta Williams says, hello, Liam Max, watching from Vienna. How do you manage relationships and disagreements?
We kind of already covered.
We kind of covered that, but again, I think just being honest and open and expressing your emotions right away and hashing them out and moving on seems like the best to us.
Max, what year is the van and how many kilometers are on it? That's Justin Cianelli. It is a 2006. It has just ticked over 300,000 kilometers, and really it's going stronger than the electrical issue I mentioned. There is a internet page called Million Mile Sprinter, and it's all about getting
he is a legend.
Our age sprinters to 1 million miles, and I believe they can do it. And that's why we are willing to ship the van on, because we think it's going to keep going.
Yeah. Karen Harvey's asking if we have insurance, and yes, I'm currently with
van insurance or
medical insurance. Sorry.
Oh, medical.
Karen's asking me with medical insurance. I'm insured with World Nomads. I'm not sure that they're the absolute best. It's just kind of the company I picked. And Max is with his credit card sometimes.
Yeah, I'm currently not medically insured, but
that's going to change soon.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Julie Jones, buy yourself an alcoholic drink on me and give Oki a lovely treat. Julie, we will 100%.
Thank you, Julie. We appreciate you.
Chloe Mills, hi guys, your content is amazing. Thank you, Chloe. How did you go about insuring your van? Was it a lot more expensive than you expected, especially with all the modifications? Chloe, we have a post on our website, maxandleetravel.com.
But I'm thinking Chloe's coming from the UK.
I know.
Or somewhere in Europe.
I was about to say that talks about our process of insuring in Ontario. It wasn't good, but Ontario is very strict. In terms for insuring down here, you generally insure country to country. Some countries it's mandatory, some it's not. And for example, in Chile, which we just got to, it's not mandatory. We don't currently have insurance. Bolivia, we didn't have insurance. Peru, we didn't have insurance.
Yeah. But we need to plug the phone in to make sure that the connection doesn't die. To be honest, it's difficult to find really good comprehensive insurance down here. So even though we're paying for insurance in countries that we enter, a lot of times it's just for if we get in an accident, it covers us with the other vehicle, but it doesn't necessarily cover us. That's a bit of a risk. To be honest, there's a few risks that you kind of take on if you decide to come down to South America or Central America. And there's a page on Facebook if anybody's interested in overlanding and is not a part of this community. It's called Pan American Association on Facebook. There's a wealth of information all about driving your vehicle along the Americas and overlanding in general. So you can get a lot of good information there.
So Angie Kex says, do you want to have children? I'm from Austria and my name is Andrea. Hey, Andrea, would love to visit Austria. Do we want to have kids?
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually said to Max yesterday for the first time ever that not lately, it's just one time I said I was feeling clucky for the first time ever. I'm turning 27 this year. I definitely know I'm years away from having any kids, but Max's nephew Rory is so cute, and it's just, being like actually closer to a baby and seeing baby photos every day.
And if you've watched our Australian slang video, then you know what clucky means.
Yeah, it's true.
FO4 Nina, thank you so much.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you all in here.
Okay. Shilana says, Max and Lee, do you have a duration for when you plan to leave the van life from Sacramento? We don't. And to be honest, I feel like our idea on that could be completely different depending on what month you ask us. Sometimes we're in a groove and we're really loving it.
Yeah.
And we're fine with the kind of, the comfort sacrifices and everything, and we think we can go forever. And then, the van has problems. It's really cold or rainy and we get homesick. And then we think maybe we should stop next month. So,
yeah. So the way that I describe it is this has been the most challenging time in my life and also the most rewarding time.
Yeah.
Like we've talked often, like the highs that you experience are like higher than anything I've ever experienced, living normally. And then the lows have been lower and darker than I've ever experienced living normally. So it's just kind of a range of emotions. So,
yeah. And when you're in those lows, like you can kind of feel a bit trapped, especially being all the way down in South America.
Yeah. Like you just want to.
Yeah. So it's day to day, but overall it's been amazing.
Yeah. So to kind of go off that, Elise Criqui says, van life is really intriguing but scary to get into. What made you jump in and just do it? Elise from Oregon. We loved Oregon, but we caught Oregon in like the rainy monsoon time of year.
Yeah.
For us, it was definitely a bit of that we're from different countries, and Max had a Volkswagen Caddy in Australia. A van, and we took little road trips, and we found ourselves like being the happiest those days. And we both loved road trips the way that we were grown up. And we just wanted a way to travel together, but travel with Aki. So for us, it kind of was the perfect thing together. And it's funny, on the internet, there's always this tease of why does every van life couple have a guy with long hair and a dog? Well, the dog part is obvious because this is the only way you can really travel comfortably with a dog.
We didn't just get Aki. He's been around for a while. And in terms of long hair, I had short hair when Lee met me. So that's
also kind of like the only time.
That's just I quit my job and I decided to grow my hair long and get a nose ring.
Yeah. Are you going to plan for India? Shiva Kumar Kontham says, are you going to plan for an India tour? I've never been to India. I would like to go one day, but at the moment it's not in our like next few year plan. What?
Next couple of year plan.
Max has been already.
I would like to go back for sure.
Yeah.
Brandon Roach, who was your inspiration to dive? Oh, that was kind of similar. In terms of who was your inspiration, the honest answer is no one was our inspiration to dive into van life. I converted a van in 2011, kind of before it was like a big thing on social media. And when I looked up how to convert my van, there was hardly any information back then. So I think it was more what was my initial inspiration. That was just being able to have a house at the surf that I couldn't afford. So I got a van.
Yeah. Working toward travel greatness. So drive on. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. And I already think I see the next one without knowing the name.
Roxanne,
I recognize you from your profile picture.
Thank you so much. Roxanne, I hope your van is going well.
Yeah, we do for sure. Hi guys from Sam in Ireland. When are you going to come to Ireland? We're definitely coming to Ireland, hopefully in the new year. I said definitely. It's not nothing.
That's not definite. I've been to Ireland before. Would love to go back. Galway is one of my favorite places. Dean, Max and Lee, best piece of advice for someone getting their vehicle together to travel. Greetings from Wisconsin. I would say don't worry about looking too far ahead because your plan often changes. Just, figure out what's next, have some money behind you, be prepared, saves just in case there's any emergencies with your vehicle.
I have a couple quick pieces of packing advice. Pack to have about 20 to 30% breathing room. When we left, I packed to the brim and we had to get rid of a lot of stuff because once you're living in it, things expand. So pack less, leave extra space. Also, I personally think if you're in the part of getting your vehicle together for travel, really take some weekend trips and figure out how it flows and what you would need, what you're missing before you leave, because we didn't actually we built our van and we left. We didn't test it out. So that would be great advice.
That is great advice.
I think you skipped that one.
Oh, I'll go back.
Skip that one.
Oh. Angela Dunker. I love watching your adventures with Occy. I have an Aussie named Bo, and we love watching your adventures. Oh, we've got such a soft spot for any Aussies.
If your Aussie ever watches, when Occy's on screen, just send us a video on Instagram or email. We love to see them, and we could eventually put a video together of all the dogs that watch.
Please send us a video on Instagram of Bo watching.
Thank you. Ketig. Hello guys, do you ever go fishing? Keith from Tonotosasa, Florida. Wow. No, I said that wrong.
Didn't know that was a place.
Tonotosasa, Florida. That is a tongue twister. I know I definitely said that wrong still. We don't go fishing. We did a little bit when we were in Mexico with Cat and Cat.
I used to spearfish, and that would kind of be my main form of fishing because I liked that it was active and you could choose what you're actually shooting. I don't really love the idea of accidentally hooking fish that are the wrong fish that you're not going to eat and stuff like that. So we haven't, and if I did again, it would probably be spearfishing, but no plans at the moment. Yeah.
Did you skip those ones?
No, it's gone.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's Roxanne.
Are you sure? But it's because it's a bigger amount. Oh, okay. Okay. One
last one here. Steve Krause. Have the two of you talked about trying sailing life? Steve, we would love to try sailing life. As we said, we would like to meet up with Sailing Vagabond at some point.
To be honest, Sailing Vagabond's my guilty pleasure of YouTube, that whenever Max is like, what are you watching? I'm like, nothing. I'm because we usually watch things together and I'm just sneakily watching. He's more excited than I am. I'm a bit nervous of being too isolated on the water, and I have a bit of a fear of the open water because I've just never had a lot of experience on the water.
Yeah,
but it's something I'd be open to trying.
We'd definitely love to try it. Maybe not super crazy long term, but for a few months or something would be amazing. Yeah.
Juan Grajales says, hi guys, it's Juan from Colombia. Are you planning to do Brazil? We've talked a lot about this on and off, and we actually have friends who just crossing from Bolivia into Brazil.
Yeah, they're crossing today.
And we actually looked at that route too. We think that Brazil is such a big country that we want to almost tackle it on its own trip altogether.
Yeah, I'd like to backpack through it.
Yeah, we'd only be able to see a tiny bit with the way that we're doing now because we don't plan on because we do plan on potentially heading to Europe in the new year. So we've talked about maybe making that its own trip altogether, but we've heard wonderful things.
Yeah. Ian Edwards, hello from the UK and safe travels. Thank you, Ian. My dad's name's Ian. Love it.
Shane says, how's the surfing been? I haven't seen you surf in some time. Has Occy started to surf?
Yeah, the surf, we got a few really good days in Chicama, and that was amazing. I don't know if we mentioned, but Laird Hamilton was there at the same time, which was really cool. We saw him on a hydrofoil. But since then, we've kind of been in the mountainous route because Mum came. We were obviously not surfing then, and now we've gone inland. So I plan on surfing a little bit lower down in Chile.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold, but there's a really good left-hand point called Punta de Lobos, which I've been to before,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to going back.
And I'm sorry, I honestly was just thinking, not listening, so I don't know if you just said this, but we had to move a little bit faster because of a few things. Like when Jane came, we missed a lot of Peru.
I just said
you
exactly
just said that.
We're
But
good.
our friend Jordan saw it all, and he said Ecuador and northern Peru had amazing surf. So if you're thinking of going,
Yeah. Jake Horan said, Max and Lee, have you purchased any souvenirs on your travels from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Wisconsin.
A little bit, but not a lot. This is a problem. We've gotten so used to not spending and living like we only buy what we need. And because we're not sure where our home's going to be eventually, and we don't have a house to put things in, we tend to buy less. Yeah. I've gotten 3 pieces of jewelry, all handmade. And that's what I kind of look for, is like handmade, like old spoons and stuff that are redesigned with like with a native jewel in it, which is cool.
Yeah.
And we just got that alpaca blanket that you see right behind us. This is a jumper. So a few things.
We're trying to get more now. But we skipped a lot.
Simon Smith is asking, where do we meet and which is your favorite country in South and Central America? Okay, we answered that one.
But
Simon from Belfast.
But in terms of where we met, if you've watched our original Q&A, we talk about where we met, and we did a video on how we met, but we met on Tinder. We met on Tinder,
and I was living in Melbourne for a year, but there's an entire video called How We Met on our YouTube channel. So we share a lot more details if you want to learn more about that, Simon.
Sunrise Nutrition and Fitness. Thanks so much. We love you guys. Thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Oh, that's nice. Ooh, hi from Bracebridge, Muskoka, Barbara. Oh, love Muskoka. Okay, so Leah Vanderspeck says, hi from Bearskin Lake, Ontario. I don't even know where that is. What did you guys go to university or college for, and do you feel like do you use it in your van life?
So I went straight from high school in Australia to study 3 years of university for paramedics. In Australia, it's a paramedic course, and then went straight to work as a paramedic for 7 years. And
so no, I'll tell you that he does not use his paramedic skills in the van, because just like they say that doctors make the worst patients, he does not take care of his own cuts and wounds very well.
Yeah, and I hope not to have to use it.
But other people are very reassured when we tell them that he was a paramedic, because they're like, yay, I'm not going to get... I'll help them on a hike. And I studied sociology as my major and a bit of psychology in university, and I really enjoyed studying it, but I'm still figuring out...
She uses it on me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it helps with like life skills, but I'm still figuring out exactly what path I'm on and what I'm going to do with my university degree. Derek, if you just joined the conversation, I have a cold sore. It's from a sunburn. It hurts.
My girls are drooling like crazy over Aki. Aki has that effect on the women. I'm
so sorry that Aki's been like very tired this morning.
Hello from Nina. I'm a huge fan. Your videos, sending love from Ottawa. I was so happy to see you in my hometown of Otavalo, Ecuador. Oh. Did you like it? How long? So we did like Otavalo, loved the markets. We were actually only there for an afternoon, and it was raining, which kind of was what kept us moving on. But it was a beautiful little market, and we were very tempted to buy so much.
Yeah,
if we had more
and there's a cool lake and everything around there too. It was a very relaxed, kind of peaceful area. That's cool that you're from there.
Yeah. Selena Talbot, what has been
you have to read it before you
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Selena. We've already answered that one.
Okay, Kim. Lee, can you give me some overnight oats ideas? I'm constantly eating them now, but I need to mix it up. Love, Kim. Oh, easily you could do a dark berry mix, so mixed berry. You can do a cacao if you like chocolate in the morning. Not everybody likes chocolate in the morning. I'd say maple syrup, walnuts as like a simple one, or you can do sliced almonds in there. And basically like any fruit that you like. Like if you want to do a tropical one, you could do like pineapple and that in as well. You can kind of make it into anything.
The frozen berries is good because overnight it like permeates through.
We've recently done blueberries and blueberries was really, really good. But I always like a simple coconut shreds as well as almonds, coconut almonds. It's nice, simple flavors for sure.
David Harrell, hey you two. Hey you, how you going? Sophie Bryant, Lee, you're beautiful. I agree. Max, I love your accent. not so beautiful, and your hair so much. I love how real you guys are. You seem very down to earth, kind people whom I would love to meet one day. Come to the UK. Sophie, thank you so much, and we would love to meet you. I think if/when we get to the UK, we will do a meetup. So you better be there.
Amanda Spreet has asked how we make money now. That is a question that we actually thought about making a video on because we recognize that it's not complete, and we still may. We just need to put it together well. So now we are able to make money from the ads that you see on YouTube videos that you're watching. So we're sorry if they're annoying. I skip ads too. I still skip our own ads.
We won't.
You can skip them.
We don't blame you if you skip our ads.
I mean, if you watch it, it does help us. So we appreciate if you watch it, but we understand if you skip it.
My mom watches them.
But that is how we monetize, as well as we do have a Patreon page. I guess this is a good time we can explain what that is too if people don't know what Patreon is, but it was designed essentially where you can give sort of extra benefits, or it's for people like a few people who we've already chatted to on here are on there, where they can we give them early access to our videos. We answer all the comments first. It's a bit more interactive. They know what's going on before we release it to the public always, and it's just basically if you're really invested in the trip, and
sometimes extended versions as well. It really is a bit more of exactly what's going on behind the scenes and our future plans. That's where we put it on Patreon.
It's as low as $4 a month, and for that you get the 4 early videos and just to know what's in the loop and kind of be like, we say, like our inner circle, and sometimes we get suggestions on where to go and what to do. So that's another way, as well as sponsorship. So when we worked with Surfshark and we work with Audible because we love audiobooks. So that is another way that helps us. And this is things that keep us on the road.
Too. Alison Sherman says, would there be a quarantine period for Oki if going to a non-land for example, England? That's a good question. And it's something we really need to look into, because we kind of like, we want to go to Europe, but we haven't looked into that. We have talked to a couple of people that have done reverse. They've gone from Europe and they say it's not too hard to go back. So we're hoping there's no quarantine, but we need to look into it.
Yes.
Lisa C.
I think we skipped one. Oh, no. Sorry.
Lisa C., thank you for the inspiration you have given to all of us and now taken the plunge to building out a 2018 ProMaster while living and working at full time. Respect for you, keeping it classy. Lisa, thank you so much again. And actually, can you tell us where you are or send us a message? Because if you're in California, we have a friend that builds roof racks for Dodge ProMasters now, and I will hook you up with his details and get you a good discount.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But good on you for diving in too. Yeah, we've done that.
I just want to make sure. Are you just making sure? Okay.
Stefan Desroches, fellow Canadian, Richmond, BC. We love BC. Asking you, besides the Ontario license plate, do you have a Canadian or an Australian flag on the rear bumper? You can answer that.
We have a Canadian one because it came with the van. Our previous owner had the Canadian sticker, but we don't have an Australian. So we've joked about putting an Australian on the left and a Canadian on the right because Max does do most of the driving. I'm the navigator, and we would like to spruce it up. We need to spruce it up. We've also been thinking about making stickers, potentially an Aki calendar, if you think that'd be cool. Awesome, beautiful shots of Aki all over the world, and potentially shirts as well. We've actually just had a whole design package done by Nomadic House Designs.
And Nomad House Design?
Nomad House, sorry.
And
Nomad
great
House.
Segue, because Sky One just said, love your new Aki cam. Sky One, that Oki cam design, which everyone else will see next week, that comes from Nomad House Design, and she's done some awesome work. We can't wait to pump her up.
We're very excited to share these with you because it's been a long time coming. Lee, if you find lies, make your cold sores hurt less and stay smaller in size. I actually have
Trisha.
Thank you, Trisha. I will look for that. I used to have lysine, but I do have other pills too. I just couldn't find them in time before it exploded.
And we're not in Ibiza, so we couldn't pop the pill.
Yeah.
Connie, hello from Switzerland. Lee, can you send me your hat? This one.
This is, oh gosh, underneath the hat's not so nice. But the hat is from Will and Bear. It is an Australian company and great quality. We love them. We actually got to meet them when we were in Australia, and they're a really cool couple who started the company. So if anybody likes the hat and wants to get it, they're called Will and Bear.
And I know everyone watching wants to see Oki. I can hear him snoring behind. What I'm going to try and do is get him on camera on this one so you can see him.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. Let's see if this works. Over.
He's over there.
I can see Oki in
Anyway.
there, kind of.
Okay. Zing Sang says, hi from Alabama. Is there anything that you would change of your current van build? For example, would you change anything to accommodate Aki more? I have 2 dogs and I'm looking for ideas. Okay, that's a great question. We are also going to make a video in the future about what we would change in our van now that it has been 2 years and we've lived in it thoroughly. We know little things that we would change. But to be honest, our van build is perfectly catered to Aki. I don't think it can get any better for him. But for us, like personally, I really like the idea of the swivel seat in the front seat. Our friend that we just convoyed with had that, and it makes the van more spacious. So you lose the L part of the couch, which Aki does love that
Lee
part.
talks about this a lot. I don't think it would work for our design, but it is.
Why not?
Because the L seat's perfect for Oki, and when you have the fridge
But
store
he usually sits over there behind you.
Didn't someone ask whether we have disagreements?
Anyway, there's a few changes that we'd like
Can
to
someone
make.
tell me whether you can see Oki on the screen?
I can see Aki Max. I can
Okay.
see him. Julie Sanita says it's 11:11 p.m. here in MNL. Is that mainland? Montreal.
Yeah.
No, MWMN.
MNL.
MNL. Love you guys. Love you, Aki. Thank you. We appreciate that. Oh, here we go. Jazz. Oh, we talked to Jazz. Okay. Hi from California. Do you make more money on video uploads or live streams? Is your van a 4-wheel drive? To be honest, this is our first time doing a live stream publicly, so we don't know.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Yeah, we've always kind of felt a little bit awkward about even the super chat option, but we've come to recognize that it's everybody's own prerogative, and you know, we appreciate everyone's support, and so we can tell you afterwards, I guess, but we don't know. As for monetization on YouTube videos, it varies dramatically, and there are many factors such as the gender of the audience, the age of the audience, location of the audience.
Yeah.
If the advertiser's targeting American audience and we're having a lot of people from the UK watch, for example, it'll lower the amount of money that we make on the video. So there's so many factors, and it honestly can range dramatically. And it's something we're still trying to learn and understand.
What did I do?
Ourselves.
Sorry, I've just clicked something and it's showing up. Oh, I think I just saw one down there. Oh, I see.
Like you're going the wrong way.
Sorry, I've scrolled the wrong way. Give us 1 second to catch up. Oh yeah, there we are.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Mel's Van World. Oh, we've chatted to you.
Yeah.
Would you recommend paying extra and getting a Sprinter with AC? Has your van got aircon? Okay, we mentioned this. We don't have aircon. Yes, it's worth getting aircon. Don't be like us and wait so long to not fix your aircon.
Get aircon.
Get aircon. It's definitely worth it.
And the reason we didn't even know we didn't have aircon till it got hot was we bought our van in Canadian winter.
Little cheeky on our previous owner's part. He sold it to us in winter, and of course it's our fault for not checking the AC, but he knew right well it didn't work.
Yeah. Emma Richard, hey guys. Hey you. Thank you for watching. Alex Vera, hello from Peru. Hello, Alex. We love Peru, and just for anyone that thought we went through Peru a little quickly, we plan on going back.
Yeah, not in the van, but like another time in life.
Brooke Van Sil, love every one of your videos. I want to see how you guys grow accustomed to colder, perhaps snowier climates in the van. How do you stay warm at night? What foods?
This is a great question, Brooke, because our next few videos that we've just finished doing, we talk and show all about that because we're in elevation about 5,000 meters. We're in the cold, and I talk exactly about how we stay warm. So
be ready to see the van get very cold.
Yeah. So Ezeret12 says, what camera do you guys use from Austin, Texas? Actually, when we're done posting this live video, we can put a link to our gear again, but we normally put it at the bottom of our videos. We film with the Sony RX100 as our main vlogging camera. And
105.
Oh, really?
It's model number 5. Yeah.
Oh, model number 5. And then we use our DJI Mavic Pro drone. We use a GoPro 7, and we shoot with a DSLR sometimes. I have some really cool flamingo footage with my DSLR, but that's not really geared to video as much as it's better for photography. So generally every video we have 3 cameras to 4 cameras to include in our footage.
Yeah. Zan, you need to see Oki. I hope you just saw him when I held up the camera. I'll try and wake him up and bring him over. Katie Cratlow, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Your Machu Picchu excursion was super inspiring and motivating for me. This is to say thank you. Thank you so much, Katie. Also, I bought a van and will be departing next year after building over the fall with my boyfriend and dog. You're my new favorite van lifers. Katie, that is amazing. I'd love to hear what sort of van you bought. If you have any questions, please send them to us. Look how dusty Oki is. And where are you heading off from? We'd love to hear more about it. Prabhakar says, where's Oki?
Don't you know, Aki, that all these people are here to see you today?
Remember the clean dog that was in our last video? Well,
we just got him washed 2 weeks ago.
I'm just going to go to the bottom just to see the Oki ones. So is everyone happy to see Oki? Yep, there we go, Zan. Max and Lee, hi from Poland. Are you planning to go to Asia in a van? We don't plan on it yet. I would love to. I feel like it would involve a lot of shipping, but maybe one day. All right, I got to get back up. Okay. Drop the iPad lower, Max. Oh, sorry, Stuart. So Oki's here now. Good boy, buddy.
Oh, he's so dusty. I can smell his dust.
Bidang says, hi from Indonesia. Love you all. G'day, Bidang. We would love to go back to Indonesia. I've been 6 times and would love to go back again.
I've never been. I would like to go to Indonesia.
Yeah. Maggie says, you are the best vloggers for van life. Please keep doing what you do. We love you.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Definitely don't feel like we're natural vloggers at all. My buddy.
It's okay, bud.
Don't you want to stay with me?
Everyone wants to see you.
Everybody's here to see you. No one wants to see us.
Indira Martinez, when are you coming to Puerto Rico? We would love to go. We actually, on our wild trial trip, met Julia, the meditation guru who lives in Puerto Rico, and we have plans to go visit her because we'd love to go. Which one?
He's going back down for a bit.
Sorry. He doesn't like to be cuddled for too long. Joker, what does it cost per year to do what you're doing? Joker, I think that we've talked about it, but that all depends on what country you're in, how much you're moving around. For example, diesel is one of our biggest expenses. So if you're planning on doing it, but say being stationary or not moving around too much, it'll be a lot cheaper. If you're in a country where food's cheap, once again, it'll be cheaper if you can free camp. So it all depends. Yeah. But on average, I would say most people spend about probably $10,000 per person per year, if that makes sense. And then that's if you're doing it cheap.
Where did those numbers from?
Well, that's kind of what we spent our first year, didn't we?
Yeah, but that was mostly out of the US and Canada. So that made a big difference because we were in Mexico. Like in Mexico, at times we were down to $7 a day because we were eating local fresh food, vegetables, rice, like we were eating simply. So it really depends on a lot to do that one. Yeah,
I don't know. Jerry, thank you so much. Jerry S.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Oh, Roxanne.
Oki's super chat. Do you want to chat with Roxanne, Oki? He's not much of a talker.
Yeah, he's sunbaking now. He's outside of our little dome.
Okay, Rhiannon Price. Hi, would you ever consider meet and greets with followers if you come to the UK? Well, we actually, we must have said that just before you asked.
We would definitely like to.
100%.
We've still only done 2. We did one in Barrie and one in Melbourne, and both were really awesome, and we made some great connections. So it'd be really cool to meet you guys in person. That's one of the things that's a bit harder with. Obviously, we're getting to know Spanish more, but we're still not fluent. So it's a bit more difficult for us to grow like deeper relationships down here, even though we've met a lot of people, which is cool.
We'd love to meet up with more people. And Victor von Adrian says, I'm the Minister of Tourism from Croatia, and we can sponsor a month of your trip around Croatia with $250,000.
If that's real, send us an email. We'll definitely show off Croatia.
Send us an email,
we've never been.
Probably retire in the van forever.
Yeah.
Blanca says, if you're ever in Budapest, you're welcome to park your van, park in our yard. If you need a place to stay, feel free to use our place and dog friendly. We'd love to.
So just to let you all know, at the moment with our scrolling, we're just over halfway. We're like, anyway, we're just over halfway. It's been an hour. If you're happy, if you want to keep chatting, we can keep chatting for a bit longer. There's still the same-ish amount of people in the group. So we'll keep going. If we notice numbers start dropping off, maybe we'll wrap it up in like 15, 20 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, we're having fun at the moment.
We're having fun answering. Mary M, thank you for watching all of our videos and being a part of it. Angus Kisses, Aki shirts. We're in the works of making Aki shirts. Actually, a question to all of you. If anybody has good experiences with any printing and shipping companies in the US, or personally knows of somebody who works in that field, that is what our next thing to look into. We would like to launch this year.
Yeah.
Some Aki merchandise. And as we said, we have some really great designs that we would like to share as well.
And we know there's things like Teespring and that work through YouTube, but we're kind of after higher quality t-shirts.
Yeah.
We want to sell stuff that you'll wear all the time that's really comfortable.
We don't want to sell something that's going to fall apart. We're not into that idea. Marianne, don't feel awkward super chats. Wow. Thank you, Marianne. So smooth. Hey, me and my wife and our 3 kids and 5-year-old and 1-year-old twins. We're starting in our car until we get our van, sending nothing but peace and love. Wow. That's awesome.
Impressive.
So 5-year-old, 1-year-old twins. That's impressive. And you're going to have such a good family bonding experience because every family that we've met on the road just has like the next level of relationship together because you truly get to experience everything together. And for the kids, I think it's an invaluable learning experience.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel so old saying that.
You're late 20s now.
Yeah, starting to get clucky. Wishing you healthy and happy. Oh, Sharon Rice. You're at Barrie, Ontario at Kempin Fest today. Kempin Fest is one of our like summer festivals with all local craft goods that come through. It's an awesome time. That's so cool. Have a great time. I hope it's a beautiful weather for you. Angela Green, good morning from Los Angeles. Love your videos and Aki. God bless you. Thank you, Angela. If you do,
Lee, you look pretty.
Oh, I didn't know that. Pardon me, miss says if you choose to donate, go to their Patreon because YouTube takes almost half of what you give them. Did not know that. Good. Thank you for the heads up. But yeah, we'd appreciate if you want to come over to Patreon and get to know everything a little bit on a more personal level. We've done a live stream on Patreon before, and we plan on doing more live streams on Patreon just because it's a bit more manageable when there's less people, so we can actually answer everyone's questions. That was our biggest fear.
We actually have 2 live streams coming up on Patreon too, so it's a good time to get on board.
Yeah.
Katie says, so she's the one that's about to take off in the van. She said she's got a Ford Transit high top, awesome van, good choice. Extended, wow, a huge van. That's so cool. We're jealous. You're leaving from Portland, plan a year, 49 states, and to fly Hawaii. Tiny houses for work, and we'll do that from the road. Cool. Katie, that sounds epic. My sister actually just did the 49 states this year.
Yeah.
She did it in a little van and absolutely loved it. So, she's a van traveler as well.
If you want to send us an email, we can connect you and get you her itinerary because she did a lot of research and found like a really good itinerary to do. I'm sure you'd want to build it.
And that van sounds epic. Yeah. We initially looked at a Ford Transit as well. We couldn't really afford it. But we'd love maybe a future van for us.
Yeah. Jan Barrington says, are you planning on coming to Texas? My dog Daisy is a Corgi Aussie mix, and it's funny to see when she spots Aki on the screen. She stops and watches. I look forward to racing Sunday. Jan, were you the one that sent us the picture of Daisy saying that, are you ready to party? And if you are, please respond.
No, that was a beagle, wasn't it?
Was it a beagle?
I think so.
Oh, that was the funniest and best email. Because emails come in and they could be like, serious, you want to work with our brands, blah, blah, that it was just like headline, are you ready to party? And a dog with a hat, but I can't remember.
But yes, we would love to get to Texas at some point.
Yeah, we have talked about doing a deliberate US trip at some point to host gatherings, like dog park gatherings and just walks and van life talks or something. Like, we'd love to meet more of you in person.
Mr. Gemma says sex. Very mature.
Max, why would you pick that one?
I don't know, because I'm just pointing out, like, who writes that? And he wrote it twice. Anyway.
Yeah, but you just gave him the time of day.
Okay. Raghav says, I want to join you. Oh, maybe one day. Raghav, the van is very small with 2 people.
Yeah. Adventure Archaeology said, I've been watching your channel from Alabama since the beginning. You inspire me as a creator with your awesome B-roll, and I can't wait to see where you go next. Thank you so much. That means a lot to us because we really are just kind of like every video we're still feeling like just as insecure with, in a way of like, we're figuring out how to shoot video better, but we still overshoot a lot.
So I'm glad people recognize that.
Yeah. So we appreciate it.
Kim Foss says, got kicked off for a minute. How's Max's Vegemite stash going? Kim, I actually have to say, I think I overdid it on the Vegemite. I've realized that Mum brought, I don't know if I'd ever thought I'd say that, but Mum brought so much that I realized it's like 2 years supply, which is more than we need in the van. So I actually recently met an Australian traveling. She's in our next video, Dee, and I gave her a whole jar, which is
pretty very generous, as Max would not give up his Vegemite if he didn't have enough. Anthony Watson says, Max and Lee, hi from Argentina. Which places are you planning to visit here in my country? We aren't the best planners in advance. So we don't have a list going until we're about to get to the country. So we would love your suggestions, Anthony. We do plan to see like some of the main sites like Iguazu Falls when my family's with us.
Yeah.
And down through like parts of Patagonia, but we don't have exact locations. So we'd love suggestions.
Yeah. Angie Love, thank you so much.
You're a legend.
I'm gonna get
JBIN Jib. Okay, I can't say your name. J Binababo.
Come here.
You're making money from the live streams. We can see the money coming on Super Chat. Yeah, so that is another way as well. But we've as we have told you, this is our very first live stream. We haven't done them before, so we definitely didn't do that for that intention. We know that is a perk of the live streams, but as we said, it's everybody's own prerogative. Somebody did just mention that YouTube takes a chunk of it, but I don't know what the chunk of it is. We'll find that out later. So we definitely appreciate everybody being here. And of course, like we appreciate if you want to contribute. We like to think that if you are contributing, it's because that you're gaining value from the content and from the work that we're putting into everything. Or you just, like Aki. If it's just because you like Aki, then it's great.
Aki's actually turned brown.
Yeah. Hardy says, sorry, Max.
Hardy, I can see you paying in euros. Surely
I admire
your.
Yeah, that's interesting. I admire your open and positive view on everything. Stay as you are. I'm up to date. Yeah, stay safe and be kind as always. Hardy, we keep laughing about that matter just because we have a larger US audience that more people have agreed with me. But we definitely know by now that yes, it's Wally originally turned to Waldo because they realized in America Wally wouldn't fly. Any idea what's going on with okay, Cheeky Little Yuko says, whose idea was it to do the vlog on YouTube while traveling? Well, Cheeky, welcome if you didn't know since the beginning, but we actually didn't plan to do it either of us. It was our friends Eamon and Beck who have a YouTube channel and our friends now known as the Matinees who have a YouTube channel. We met them in Mexico. They both had channels going. They inspired us. Hi, buddy, you're live. They inspired us to start. We really did say no a while. We're like, no, we'll not do that. That's not our personalities. And then we tried it and then just decided from the first Wednesday we posted a video that next Wednesday we're going to post another video. And then next Wednesday we post another video. And now it's been a year and we've actually kind of gotten into the groove of it. And I'd say Max actually enjoys the filming part more than I do. But I really love the editing and enjoy like communicating with everybody and just feeling like, there's a whole group of everybody doing this with us. Amanda Sprite says, did you speak Spanish before traveling? No, we didn't. Max knew a little bit more because he had been to South America on a 6-week trip.
Yeah.
I didn't know any, and unfortunately I was not very good at learning French and didn't have any motivation when I was a kid. So we started learning a lot in Baja in Mexico. Christine Janke says, with love from Texas. Thank you, Christine. I hope you're nice and warm, but not too hot as I'm sure it would be very hot.
Yeah, I'm sure it's getting hot in Texas.
The humble Ala Kazam says, hello from South Austria. Nikki says, are we going to Europe? Yes, we are coming to Europe, Nikki, in the new year is the plan. Not 100%, but it is the plan at the moment. Logan.
Elder Adventure says, we miss Mum, Mexico. We miss her too. She was a great addition to the van. Yeah, she really loved it. Like she said, Machu Picchu has been on her bucket list for years. And I guess she said this in the video too, but she said that, although that was amazing, like one of her favorite parts was just the van trip. Yeah, and I want to take this opportunity again to thank everyone for being so nice to Mum in the comments and stuff. She really got a kick out of that as well. And she just loved it. And I think she'll talk about that trip forever. Yeah. Rafael Acuna says, here's a little something for making me smile on Sunday mornings. Thank you, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Much love. Thank you, Rafael. We're just stoked that you choose to share your Sunday mornings with us, to be honest. Yeah. We're still blown away. And we're really excited to keep sharing, especially the next couple of videos, because they were incredible experiences. No, that he said that. Thank you, Lelis. We really appreciate that. What's currency? I'd love for you to say that. Ooh. AJ Stuff, love from Canada, BC. Thank you, AJ. I feel like you've been with us from the start, and we really appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. Mel, cheers. No worries. What happened to your lips, Lee? We've said that. Cold sore. Alan Verdugo, come to Arizona. We actually did go to Arizona briefly on our way down.
We had a chance to hike Havasupai Canyon, which was absolutely incredible. And if you are from there
100
or around there, I recommend it. We got lucky because we just snuck into the last few days of the season in the end of November, right around Max's birthday.
Yeah, 100% recommend it
really
if you can get there, for sure.
Yeah.
Rosalie Ogden, love your content, love following your travels, love the three of you. Rosalie, we very much appreciate that. And Tamara Williams, hi from Massachusetts. We just bought a 3,500 ProMaster van. What is your one must-have item in the van? Love you guys, Noki. Oh, that is such a good question.
Okay, wait, 3,500 ProMaster, how long is that? Is it longer than ours?
I think the 3,500 is long and awesome work.
Is it a dually?
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's dually.
Okay, must have in the van. Organization.
Yeah, I feel like that's broad, but yeah, organization.
No, okay, wait, hear me out for a second. Organization meaning have a spot for everything you have in the van and think about what you want to go in the van and then create a spot for that. I didn't organize my kitchen very well. I didn't cook a lot before. Now I love to cook. My kitchen is a mess at times and it causes me
and I would
stress.
And I would say running water. If you don't have running water in your van, like a kitchen and running water, obviously you've got the space for it and you're going to do that, but that's what makes our vans, like compared to like a van with just a bed in it, it makes it so much
and then
more.
large water storage. If you have if you're building from scratch, definitely store a lot of water, because then you have to fill up less. You can have the potential showering, washing your hair in it. Like we don't have as much water. As
you can tell, we get really animated from van related questions because I feel like that has now become our area of expertise. So please ask any van questions you've got. We are ready to nail them. Gurav, thank you so much. I can't tell what that currency is, but thank you so much. We'd love to know where you're from as well.
Yeah.
MG says
MG wants to know how old Aki is. Aki is 8 years old. He turned 8 this last April.
He's actually 8.5. Almost 8.5.
And he's at that really cool age to travel where when we're doing nothing, he just relaxes, sleeps, sunbakes. But then when we're hiking to try to go through 6,000 meters, he is up there right beside us full of energy. So I think he's just recognized that it's time to rest when we're doing nothing and time to go when we are moving.
Oki is the other thing we get very animated about. As you can probably tell, we absolutely love that guy.
Yeah. I think you should know the rest. Sorry. Katie and Colin says, hi, Pete, about retirement or retirement savings. Definitely. I actually opened an RSP not too long ago because I recognize that I can't just keep traveling and say I'll start that later. I should start that now. And then in Australia, they have a really good...
like when I was a paramedic, we had really good superannuation and I used to put the absolute maximum amount in for a long time. So it is something we think about and it's why we don't feel like we could do this forever because we're essentially, we could be making a hell of a lot more money going back and working our normal jobs. But that's something that, we're doing everything we want to be doing in the moment. We're loving it. So we're happy, but, maybe for a few more years or a year or whatever. And then, we're going to have to get back to making a bit more money.
That's the term relative income. And for us at the moment, we're making enough, we're making good money for what we are doing because it's a much lower cost of living because we're in the van and we're not paying for camps and stuff. But if we were to earn what we're earning now back at home, it wouldn't be very good.
But good question. And yes, we do. Megan Youngblood.
Ooh, Uruguay.
Hi from Uruguay. Will you be coming here? We plan to be, yes, Megan. And we actually have a friend. I don't know if you follow him, Filippo Baldemir. He's the one that we put in our Simple Life video. He did the music. He's from Uruguay. We're hoping he's in the country so we can meet up with him, but we'd love to meet up with you too. So let us know when we get there.
Yeah. Benjamin says, I hope Max will have a cat with them one day. I can assure you, as long as Aki's with us, there will never be a cat anywhere near our van because he hates
it. Would be such an insult to Aki to add a cat to the van because he just does not like them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Gary Stringer, thank you so much. Love your videos, guys. Always part of my Sunday routine. We love that, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks for being a part of.
And does everyone have their coffees out? Does anyone love this mug?
We are going to try to create these. My sister Sasha actually made this for Max for Christmas. I'm already losing a little bit of the writing because he uses it every single day. But if you love Aki mugs, we're going to try our best to do something similar.
Yeah, Sasha, great present. One of my best favorites.
Ooh, Brett Ski swimming in Lake Simcoe today. Must be such a beautiful summer day at home.
Yeah.
Julie Jones says, look forward to Sunday vlogs. Hope to see you in the UK. We hope to see you in the UK.
Yeah. Harley says, hello from Fresno, California. Thanks for sharing your adventure. It's been our pleasure. It's, it's not, I would say it's more work than we realized it would be, but it's also more rewarding than we realized it would be.
Pardon me, Miss Liam Max, how do you keep the romance spicy in van life? Thanks for Virginia. Definitely something that I guess we've learned is that if you want to keep that spicy, you probably want to check into some campgrounds once in a while and be close to showers so you don't feel like you're one with the earth.
Yeah.
That definitely helps.
Yeah, you got to feel beautiful in yourself before you can feel ready to be.
Walmix says, your Instagram update always be incredible. Thank you. We actually would like to start getting better on sharing stuff on Instagram.
Yeah. And if any of you don't follow us on Instagram, we do put a lot more kind of stories and things up there than we do on YouTube for in between the week. It's just Max and Lee _ if you need to find us.
Landon Ray say, how are y'all doing today?
Lyndon Ray, sorry.
And I think it's pretty good. There's no wind. It's sunny.
Yeah,
we're feeling energized.
I have to say we were a bit worried about the elements out here because one thing our van does is when we're inside the van, I think it's something to do with the insulation, but it blocks reception. So we knew we were going to have to be outside, and it is a beautiful 23-degree sunny day with no wind. So we're very, very happy. Lee, you are so gorgeous. Max, you are beautiful. Keep up.
Thank you, Moss.
Thank you, Moss. And we'd love to visit Iran.
Yeah. Natalie Chabro says, Max and Lee, hi from Poland. Are you planning to go to Asia in a van?
I think we kind of answered that. It's not on the near future, but we'd love to.
Yeah.
We backpacked Asia together for 9 weeks at one point.
Okay, cool. We're down right near the recent ones, I think. I don't know if I just accidentally skipped some. Okay. For the Labrador, Lee, has Max got an annoying habit?
Yeah, lots.
I'd say pulling out your hair was an annoying habit.
I don't do that much anymore.
Yeah, but you were doing it, and then you would leave hair clumps in the van.
Why don't people ask if Lee's got annoying hair? I feel that's targeted.
Nathalia Morales says, do you drink? Yes, we do drink, but we're more like
coffee.
Social. Yeah, we're more social drinkers. Yeah. So we don't tend to open. Max doesn't drink wine and I don't drink beer. So we don't drink the same thing. So we don't tend to open drinks when it's just the two of us. So we usually, when we get around friends, definitely enjoy a few drinks. But
yeah, we do drink. It's just, I think you'll find one of the things with entering van life is you tend to like become your healthiest self naturally because it's just very quiet. Jordan, who we were traveling with, actually called 9 p.m. Baja midnight the other night because when you're in the van and it gets dark, you just go to bed earlier and you drink a bit less.
Audacity says, do you guys ever face problems finding food for Aki while traveling?
Yeah,
definitely we do. We're still trying to find a good solution. I put out an Instagram post a while ago asking for dog food recommendations, and I actually wrote a whole list out. So I will share that after this because I've been meaning to.
That was super interesting. And thank you, everyone.
It was interesting to learn about different brands. At the end of the day, most people said I think it's best to create your own dog food that's like called BARF. So biologically, something raw food, biologically
accurate. I don't
know. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of difficult and we have struggled sometimes, and we try when we find good food just to load up and fill extra into the van.
And one of the trickier things is actually you find good food, but then it's not in the next country. So you know how it's not good to change your dog's food? Yeah. Sometimes we have to change Oki's food.
Yeah, so we try to like switch them over with some pumpkin and stuff like that. Marianne says you should do live streams more often if you can. We love to interact a bit more. We would love to. Yeah. We've actually, what we did to do this one today is that we bought extra data on our phone plan because the Wi-Fi isn't good enough here, and we're hotspotting the computer. So if we can, we would love to. Yeah,
we would love to do more live streams. And one of the reasons we chose to do it today was because the last 2 weeks we have been not in reception when our videos have gone up, and we love that initial interaction in the comment section. So this has been really good, and maybe once a month or something we could incorporate a live stream. It'd be really good.
For now, we aren't the only place that we're for sure doing that is on our Patreon page because we have gotten comfortable with that. So we'll definitely do it there and then potentially try it again. Ken Coleman says, what resources did you guys use to get so great at video editing? Greetings from Lake Forest, California. The best resource that we always tell people about that we bought right away, which was an ebook. It's called How to Shoot Video That Doesn't Suck, because we seriously put out our first video with the help of the Matinees, literally helped us film the video and promoted us on their channel. And I stayed up till 4 a.m. editing. Max was like feeding me cans of Coca-Cola to keep me awake. And after that, we didn't know where to go from that. And this book is basically, he says, it's like film school shrunk into one book.
Yeah.
Great information on things that we never knew when shooting different angles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then otherwise it's just been trial and error.
Trial and error, a lot of YouTube tutorials. We used a lot of Skillshare as well to figure it out. They had a lot of good videos. And just, yeah, Peter McKinnon on YouTube is my like go-to. He's my man crush. Online
content for sure. Nicole Faith, hello from Saskatchewan. Stop in if you ever travel across Canada. Hopefully if we travel across that way again, we will. We did go through Saskatchewan we went through Saskatchewan in one day, actually, last time we traveled through, but it's because it was a crappy time of year and not good weather.
Come to Mauritius. We'd love to, Roger.
Hello, Krista from Edmonton. My favorite cousins live in Edmonton. They live in St. Albert area.
Andy, hi from Indonesia. Hello. David McDonald, David, hi, we talk a lot. Are you coming to Scotland? We would absolutely love to come to Scotland. Scottish accents are actually like my kryptonite. They're my absolute favorite, guys and girls, Scottish accents. I just love them. So we want to go just so I can listen to people talk a lot.
Donna, we're glad you love my added factoids of where we go. I have some fun ones about the salt flats, which I was very interested to find out. I'm glad you guys like the mugs and the t-shirt idea. The 3 Cavaliers and a Cat. Kempenfest is in full swing. Gorgeous day in Barrie. That makes me so happy. It's so cool that some people from Barrie are here right now. It's awesome. It's crazy. What do we do for Wi-Fi? Asked Thomas. Baseball card collection. Normally, we try to go to campsites that have good Wi-Fi, but lately we've been finding the best hack is to get a local SIM card, pay to get data, and then hotspot our computer.
Eamon and Beck actually
Eamon and Beck got us onto that
in
Mexico, and it's really been the savior. So we finish our video, we airdrop it to our phone, and then we upload it from our phone. Otherwise, it will take days to use this.
And we've found SIM cards vary a lot country to country on price and how good. For example, here to get 6 gig was 20 Canadian dollars, which is kind of expensive for down here. But in Panama, for example, we paid $5 for unlimited. So it just depends where you are.
Yeah, so that currency is Indian.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much,
Gaurav. Please come to India. Say about India. Max, you were in Northern India when you were there,
I spent a month in Northern India. Absolutely loved it and would love to go back and do maybe 2 weeks in the south and 2 weeks in Sri Lanka surfing.
Deborah asks, guys, do you feel that filming and exposing your life makes it hard for you? Do you feel any pressure to entertain us? Deborah from Arge in Madrid. That is a good question, Deborah, and that's something that we're kind of constantly trying to find the best balance for. When we're feeling good, when we are feeling good and healthy, filming is a breeze. You know, like, yes, you have to think about the camera batteries and you have to think to like turn it on and bring it with us. And sometimes when we're hiking, it's a lot of extra gear that we're carrying. But the actual being in front of a camera doesn't feel so bad, especially since we've connected to a fair amount of you now. We can actually like picture who we're talking to and stuff when we're talking to the camera.
And I wouldn't say that we feel pressure to entertain you, because I'd like to think our videos are kind of just very authentic in what we're doing. But Lee hit the nail on the head. It's if you're not feeling good or if you're feeling tired, that's where it can be kind of hard.
Yeah, like just the days you're feeling cranky and things aren't going well. Like I don't necessarily want to put out an entire video complaining, because like I don't want to be complaining about what I'm doing, but I do go through those days as well. And
it is like at the end of the day, it is tiring. One thing that we plan on talking about, but we meet a lot of overlanders on the road that are really tired just from traveling this trip in a van and doing it that kind of way, and they're not working or filming or anything. And you know, the added filming, it does make it tiring, but as Lee said, we don't want to complain because we're doing epic stuff. But sometimes we just feel a little run down.
Yeah, we're just real people. We're no different than you. Like, we go through all range of emotions, whether we're in the van or not.
And that's why we're loving this.
As for the pressure question, though, I think that's why we're trying to get ahead of filming content, is so that if we do love a spot and want to stay longer, sometimes we have felt a bit of pressure in the sense of like, you know, it's coming closer to Sunday. What are we going to put up? Because we haven't done anything, because sometimes we don't want to do anything. Sometimes we just want to do nothing, you know?
And sometimes you don't want to film yourself doing nothing, you know?
Yeah. Kenneth Hudson says, hi from Colorado, renovating a 20-foot Winnebago. Would you recommend doing a trip in something that big? We're 18 feet, so he's only 2 feet longer than us.
Yeah, we're over 18 feet, but a Winnebago is obviously
it's a bit bigger.
There's definitely bigger rigs down here, Kenneth.
Yeah, you will see everything here. It's totally doable. What we like about the size that we are is that we fit into a normal parking spot, so we don't have issues with parking. We fit into a container for shipping, so we don't have to do roll on and roll off. And in some streets, it gets very narrow in colonial towns. So if you have a bit bigger of a camper, then just be a bit more mindful. Maybe have bikes on the back, or if you could fit like a motorbike, that'd be cool. But just don't bring it right into the center of cities like we do, because you might get into some issues that way.
Yeah, but very achievable, and you'll be very comfortable most of the time. You know, we often also wish we had more space when we're living inside the van.
Yeah.
Joanna Knott, hi guys. Howdy. I always love your comments, Joanna. Nancy Williams, also always love your comments. Thank you for
She's just asking for getting to your app though.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I can't say hi.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Thank you for your awesome videos. Love you three. Thank you. We appreciate that. Your cats love Aki. I can't say that it would be reciprocated.
Sorry, Nancy. I don't know if Aki will chase your cats. But you know what? If your cats turned Aki onto cats, that would be the best news in the world. Are we in Emma's tent? Chris Warren's asking for an Emma's tent. We are. And the funny thing about this tent is that this tent actually sits behind our couch cushion. And we don't use it enough. And we just put it up today and we went, why haven't we put this up sooner? It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. We don't use it enough.
Yeah.
But yes, it's Emma's tent.
It is Emma's tent. Ashley Barr asked, what's our most favorite meal to cook? And what is the #1 object of pleasure you can't live without? She's from Columbus, Ohio. Favorite meal. Tacos.
Yeah, tacos and Mexican food, guacamole.
Yeah. Lately, I've been really liking making the chili. Yeah. But I'd say our most common meal is the stir fry, just like whatever we have in the fridge with some rice and a stir fry. It's
probably the easiest one.
Or something.
And the item we can't live without, that's, I don't know, what item can't we live without? Aki.
Yeah. Did we read this one before?
Would you recommend getting a van? No.
So sorry, Fernando Clausen says, would you recommend getting a bigger van to have a shower? Also, what camera equipment? Oh, yeah. We talked about camera equipment already. For the van with the bigger shower, I would love to have a shower. The first year didn't bother me. And then like the longer it's been in the van, the nicer it would be to have a shower. So I think if you're doing like a shorter term trip, meaning a year or less, I totally think it's fine to go without. You can find showers everywhere. Yeah.
I think for the journey we've been doing, as Lee said, our size of our van is perfect. But if you wanted this van to be like a 5-year, you know, you live more comfortably, bigger, I would say bigger van with a shower and a toilet would be amazing.
Yeah.
And if you watch Eamon and Beck, they've just put a toilet in theirs and they're pretty happy with the change up.
Yeah. So Ryan says, why don't companies want to sponsor you like Patagonia or others for product placement, or do you want to go, or don't you want to go there? Good question, Ryan. We would like to work with Patagonia. That's actually a company we've talked about it, but we haven't so far spent a lot of time seeking out sponsorships, because I think, as we are trying to explain, is that, you know, traveling alone is a lot of work, and then filming one video and editing one video every single week adds on to that workload. So we just haven't really taken that admin time to sit there and send out proposal emails to companies. But we would always, as we always have said so far, any company that we do promote is something that we believe in and we use or would use ourselves. So we actually, a lot of the sponsorship opportunities that do just naturally come our way, we turn down because we don't feel comfortable with the products.
Matalena, what is with the song thing request?
What?
I'm not sure what you mean, Matalena, by the song thing request.
Yeah, I don't know. Iris Ann says, do you know Eamon Beck? Yes, we know them quite well.
They were the ones that helped start up this channel, and we're still good friends with them, and we talk to them every few days.
Yeah. Tesla says she cooks quinoa and ground turkey for her dog. That would be great. To be honest, the hard thing for us is that because we don't eat meat, it feels weird to like buy meat and cook meat for Aki.
Although we still do get him dog bones and stuff.
We get him dog bones. But,
I haven't seen too much ground turkey down here.
If I had to like make him meals, I would really love to have a freezer where I could make a whole batch of meals, or a bigger fridge to make a whole batch of meals. And then
Engel and Krishia, you guys planning on doing Van Life Australia? Engel, like the Engel fridge.
Engel and Krishia.
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
are planning on
Cool.
doing Van Life Australia, maybe in a bit bigger rig. The thing that is like one of the main things that makes us think, let's go to Europe next or whatever, is that once it's going to be, we think it's going to be very expensive to bring Occy home to Australia. Australia is very strict about quarantine and rules. So, and because he's getting older, when we go back to Australia, that will be the last time Occy probably ever leaves Australia. So we're saving that.
Yeah. The humble Al Kazam says, is Occy vegetarian? No, he's not. We definitely get him some meat bones here and there. But Nikki asked how long we've been vegans. And we still, to date, like, aren't very vocal about our food choices because we consider ourselves plant-based. We make choices that we find that we feel ethically good about, environmentally good about, and health-wise we feel good about. Our food journey really started when we first went into the van. We went completely vegan for the first 3 months. And then in Mexico, we started integrating seafood again because we were in Mexico and that was like so commonly available to us. And then we've kind of gone back and forth since, in the sense like when we have the choice, we choose to eat vegan. Yeah. So in total, it has been about 2 years.
Yeah, it's just hard.
It's very hard in Latin America. I think to find all the nutrients you need vegan.
Yeah, I think our ideal diet is 100% plant-based, and that's mainly what we do. But it'll be much easier when we're back at home and have more food choices available.
Yeah. John Dempster says, our Newfie mix eats V-Dog food. I have that on my list, and they ship it to us every 3 weeks. You can set the frequency, and she's doing great on it. Great company that really supports dogs. So V-Dog's a vegan food brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. If they can ship, I would love to try it. Like, we just want Occy to be healthy.
Yeah, our main thing's for Occy to be healthy. But
hey guys, sorry.
Hardy,
I tried
again.
Maybe carpool karaoke if you visit is GR.
Oh, Hardy's one of our patrons. If we visit Germany, we'll definitely visit you. Micro camper is soon ready. Carpool karaoke. If anyone's watched our Mexico video, which a few people did, our singing voices are terrible, but sure, we could do it again.
Hardy asked, what was our biggest fight about?
I don't know.
We haven't had like many.
We haven't had like a major fight. To be honest,
like anytime we fight, it's usually because I'm in a bad mood. Like, I'm very emotionally like a roller coaster, and Max is just a flat line all the time. Like, he's just like, this is actually how cool and calm and collected he is always. And as you can probably see in some videos, I'm a bit higher and I'm a bit lower. So I guess that's a good balance for us.
Yeah, we balance each other out. And like the fights we have are normally pretty small things. It's never over a big thing.
Yeah.
Bonafide Hustler said, hey guys, a suggestion. Some of your audio is very tinny in the vlogs. Just a heads up, so you guys are, because we are so into visual quality, maybe consider getting this is actually something that we have been trying to work on for a long time. The issue is our current camera doesn't have an audio input, so we can't add a microphone to it, and we've looked at all ways around it. And you know what? I think for the most part it's pretty good. We also have a friend who's a music producer. His name's Koskin. He's from the UK, and he's been helping us with our audio as well. Eventually, maybe we'll get a new camera, but we kind of like really justify
it's something that we're definitely looking towards is getting a new camera, but like the big video cameras are
like thousands of
dollars. So we're working towards that, and then if we get that, we'll get the Ronin mic, and that would be really good. But
it's in the plans.
Suggestions. It's definitely on our mind as well. Diane, hello, Diane Villanueva. Hi,
hello. Diane. Thank you.
Sea Shepherd. Joanna's hi from Belfast, Maine.
Do you have any? Oh, we've said about Asia. Yeah, we'd like to go back. Joel Emblem, great videos, you two. Only discovered them a couple of weeks ago. Where did you just put that?
Sorry.
Up there. Just only discovered you a couple of weeks ago and have since watched them all. Fantastic videography. Your hard study is showing. Oh, thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Joel. Welcome to our community.
We put a lot of effort in. And actually, one thing we haven't been asked, but on this one, but we've been asked before, is how long an average video takes to edit. And how often we film. Generally, we try to film 1 or 2 days a week, and a video to edit takes us about 15 to 20 hours per video. And people ask why we don't put up more videos. That's kind of why. We like to travel as well, and
we do think it's very important to find a balance of online and offline living, because before we ever started filming online, we weren't huge into social media, and it's because we really love being in the moment and being present around the people you are. And this day and age with so much technology, it's hard to get away, but that's one of like the best parts of van life, is that a lot of times you're out of cell service. So we really like to have a couple of days a week where we're completely disconnected, which is why we're not the best suited to having this online platform. But I think it's a good message, because, you know,
no one should be on the internet all the time.
Yeah,
like,
we think
social media is amazing in its own thing, but it's not the same as going and getting social interaction. And I think that's something we try and push. Just before you go on, I want to say we're at 1 hour and 40. We're going to cap this at 2 hours. So get all your questions in. We are going to leave this available at least for a few days for people to watch, to catch up on. And I also wanted to say quickly, Australians, we're sorry, and New Zealanders, we're sorry about the time difference. I know it's about 1 a.m. there, so there won't be many of you on. We're going to try and do another one that will be live for your time frame. And we can't, unfortunately, with people everywhere, we can't get a right time frame for everyone.
Demunin says, have you tried the iBoost for Wi-Fi? Works well for us when we need to get some work done. I don't even know about the iBoost.
We tried WeBoost, and they were actually going to send us one, which would have been really nice, but then they said it only works in the US and Canada and maybe Mexico, so it wouldn't have worked for us.
So we can definitely look into iBoost.
We need something that works where we are.
Max, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Vegemite?
8.
Okay.
Nikki, how long have you been together? We have been together now since
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Feels like 10, because we lived in the van. We've lived in the van together for 2, which I think, you know, people normally go to work and everything, have time away. We're with each other all the time. So feels like we've been together a long time.
Wendy Cross, we use the app called iOverlander, and it's not as big in the US and Canada, but it's growing a lot. So we highly recommend that. It's very accurate, and we use it all the time. Harsha, hi from Austin, Texas. We love your videos and love Aki. We'll give Aki a cuddle for you.
Fantasy Heart said, hey, will you upload this stream so we can watch it again later? Yes,
definitely.
We will.
Good to see the Sea Shepherd top. Love from Scotland. That's
Thanks,
David
Dave.
McDonald. Ken Coleman loves Peter McKinnon as well. Going to check out that book. Definitely. I think it's great.
Peter McKinnon's a legend.
So we were down here
before.
So did they check Aki's? Okay. Antonius Vidclis says, did they check Aki's medical passport on every border? So over here in the Americas, a medical passport for a dog is not actually required, but you need to just have all the documents in order. So yes and no. Bolivia did not. Chile did, and Argentina will. So
connection is unstable.
Oh,
we're back. So the answer to that is it varies depending on where you're from. Chile has actually been the strictest we've had, and they more just need a health certificate, a rabies vaccination, and the other vaccination.
Oh, I recognize this face coming up. Jay, found you. Hi, guys. How do you decide what to do for an activity every day? That's a good question, Jay. We usually try to sit down kind of weekly, like plan a bit of activities.
No, I feel like we plan a day or two ahead.
But I mean, when it comes to like tours and stuff, for example, the last few weeks we had to plan accordingly because we did tours in areas. And then whenever we're not doing a tour, we kind of just take like usually a day to 2 to edit, which are like our down days, clean the van, rejuvenate, and then like hopefully a day off.
And with those, we try and incorporate, a little bit of exercise, and especially exercise for Oki and those kind of things.
Jay, we're so glad you can jump on this live stream. We're so sorry we missed you on our first one, and we'll make sure we catch you on the next one as well.
You're a legend, Jay.
And thank you, MJB. I don't know how to say. I was gonna say but that's probably wrong. So we were at the medical passport. Can you please put up a link for that book? I missed the title. Definitely, Helen will put up a link underneath.
It's how to shoot a video that doesn't suck. Okay, sorry, we're just scrolling through the questions to get up to some. Matt says, hello from London, Ontario, where Lee went to university. Beautiful weather here for a long weekend down in Port Stanley.
Did we go through Port Stanley when we left?
I'm not sure, but enjoy the summer, Matt. I know it doesn't last too long.
Oh, James, I saw this one before. He says, hi from Costa Rica. Would having a 4-wheel drive open up the adventure even more? Yes. So we think for our situation, we've still managed to go down so many roads that they say you can only use a 4-wheel drive. However, in the question of does it open your adventure more? Definitely.
Yeah.
You can definitely go down way more off-roading if you'd like to, if you had a 4-wheel drive. So if that's something you love to do, highly recommend it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh no, see, once in a while it pushes you all the way to the bottom.
Jay, just saw that comment. You're a legend.
See, we were up here. Why did it do that to us?
Just pick one.
Perfectly on.
No, you've gone too far.
Okay, sorry guys.
Hi from Ireland. I was trying to think of
Oh,
the
there's
Irish
Jay. Oh, is that the first one you saw from Jay, you mean?
How do
you decide what to do for activities?
How's the crack? Is that what they say?
How's the crack?
What's the crack?
Okay, Damien also said, would you live in a motorhome, or would you not consider that the same as what would you live in a motorhome, or would you not consider that the same as what you're doing now? We've always had a VW T2, but now we've switched to our bus and our house in a Volkswagen LT Carmen.
I think.
Oh, I see.
It depends where you are in terms of whether you wanted to be able to stealth camp or not. Like, we love the idea of more space of a motorhome. And if you don't have to travel far, because generally they're not quite as good on diesel and stuff. But I think it's essentially the same thing. We've met a lot of people in motorhomes here who are loving it, and they love having a shower and toilet, which we're jealous of.
Yeah. Okay, I think I did go back up.
Henry Lowe loves Vegemite.
Vika Sharman says, how do you guys manage not getting sick during your trips, even with limited resources of hygiene? When it comes to personal hygiene and like washing your hands all the time and trying to wash your fruits and vegetables, we think having a little bit of it the way it is here is good for your stomachs. Like, we've kind of just gotten very used to everything down here. So for us, not getting sick is the most preventative measures we can take. We try to just keep our immune systems up by trying to exercise, trying to eat healthy, and drinking lots of water. And I think personally, by eating more vegetarian, like plant-based, we're not exposing ourselves to meat, like a lot of street meat that could be exposed to the sun all day. Like, we're not getting sick from that.
Yeah. Abby, 2:45 a.m. in Tassie, and I love watching you. Thank you so much, Abby, for getting up. That's amazing. A real effort. And I'm guessing it's bloody cold in Tassie at the moment at 2:45 a.m. So I hope you rugged up.
Yukar says, guys, tell us about your subscriber base. Well, it's hard to wrap everybody into one. I guess we can tell you a bit more of like the demographics. Like 40% of our channel is US based, and then about 9% is Canada.
Yeah, I think a bit more, yeah.
10% is Canada, 6, 7, 8% is Australia. Same percent is UK.
Yeah.
9% is India.
Yep. And Indonesia is kind of similar.
Indonesia. So we're actually very, very globally diverse, which is really cool.
Yeah, which we love. And
although there's more males than females on our channel.
Yeah, there's slightly more males. I'm not 100% sure why that is. AJ stuff, why can't we use the flag emoji in live chat? I have zero idea.
Yeah, I don't know. We press Control, Command, and Spacebar to get all the emojis, so you can try that at the same time. Hold all those down.
If there's something Joelo says, is there something you guys would change about YouTube, as in about the platform in general?
Yes, personally, I would change. Okay, so here's something. There's 805 of you listening to this, and I'm happy to share it. Subscribe. When you subscribe to a channel, YouTube won't necessarily show you those videos again. So if for some reason, like, our videos don't come up on your home page, it's just because YouTube is trying to give you the best experience of what you watch, and they think we don't fit. Whereas when you hit that notification bell, you get notified when our videos go up. So the thing that we don't like about YouTube is that you have to make your thumbnails enticing and clickbaity just to get your own subscriber base to want to see them, to get it into their feed and for them to watch it. Yeah. So when people choose to subscribe to a channel, you think that's because they like the content, they'd like to see it again. But then it's a constant fight and battle on our end just to get our content seen when people have already decided they want to see it. So I don't like that feature about YouTube. Yeah,
I feel like some of our best videos have the least views just because we didn't go with like a clicky thumbnail, but the content inside's really good.
Yeah. Oh, okay, here's your question.
Oh.
Hey guys, love from Wollongong, Australia.
Wow, that must be very early in Wollongong as well. I'm guessing around 2 a.m. So thank you for getting up. I love the surf in Wollongong and would like to go back there soon.
Yeah.
Lee, you are cute. Atul, how would you like to reply?
Thank you, Atul. I get really awkward when
that's why
happens.
I asked it. Danielle says, hello, Max and Lee. Me and my wife love your videos. Good luck. Wanted to find out what measure you take care for security. I mean, most of the time you camp outside, so is security a concern? So we have talked about this a little bit, and we do a few things. We installed an alarm on our van. I think it was $60 on Amazon. It's called a Viper alarm. We also obviously always lock the car. Whenever we leave it, we'll leave all the curtains closed so you can't see that there's valuables inside. I think when you are with the van, also don't be too flashy that you got valuables outside, because then if you leave it, people know they're in there. Yeah. They're the main things, really. And then we use iOverlander a lot to find where's safe to camp. I think that's a huge thing. And you can definitely go with your gut. Like, there's been times where we've gotten to a place that iOverlander says it's okay, we don't feel great, and we move on. And I think, you know, you're going to know and judge off the comments and judge off, like, you can talk to locals around. A lot of times locals will be really awesome and let you know if there's been break-ins around or if there hasn't. So always really, talk to locals. Really good question though. And I feel like our first month in the van, we didn't sleep that well because, you know, we're getting used to it and we're more nervous. But as time's gone on, and I guess, you know, the longer you find, we sleep really well in the van and we're not too worried about security now. Mark Peterson says, love watching you guys, living the dream. Thanks for sharing your life. Thank you, Mark, for choosing to check in and travel with us. Like, it's as we've said over and over again, it's been really cool to be able to share these travels because it just feels like it's bigger. It's more than just us now. Yeah, you know, this community is something we never thought would happen, and we're constantly blown away by people's generosity and their support. And just even just like the emotional support. Like, some days it's really hard, and then you guys are just sitting here. I mean, like, we're rooting for you. You know, keep going. And that's exactly what I was going to say. On the down days, like, the supportive messages we get and stuff means the world to us. Yeah. Oh my god, yes, collab with Sailing the Vagabond. Just reach out to them and tell them that they should collab with us. Currently building a van out in Guelph, Ontario. So Linux Man says he's from Ontario, is currently building a van out in Guelph. What do you guys use to insulate the ceiling? So we used a couple of layers for insulation. We used rigid polyiso foam board, which is, we kind of went with the mid-range price, but I feel like some of the best protection. So we've got rigid polyiso foam board between all the ribs. We also have a layer of Easy Cool, which is kind of like that. It's just the enclosed foam on both sides with an air gap. And then I used spray foam around to hold it in place. And I think our van's really well insulated. It does a good job. Yeah. Hello, Febin K baby. Hatchman Do says, sometimes it feels like you just rush from place to place. How long do you stay in each spot? That totally depends. Sometimes we want to stay in areas longer and sometimes we move on quicker. Keep in mind, like, sometimes when we film a video, we film one day's activity in that entire week. So we don't, and that's because we do think there's a good balance of being offline as well. So we don't, that's why it might seem like we move faster. But other times, like, for certain reasons, like when Jane was coming, we skipped Northern Peru because we ran out of time. We had to drive all the way down. So there's just kind of always multiple factors. So we can stay anywhere from a day or 2 days to a week. And I 100% agree with all of that. And the only other factor is as well, you know, we planned on this journey south being 1 year, and it's been 2 years next month. And like, sometimes we just feel better if we feel like we keep moving south because we're kind of moving towards the end goal. So that's one of the other so whenever we're feeling like lost, that's when we kind of go a little bit faster south. Hugo Vieiro says, hi guys, I'm Hugo from Colombia, living in Canada. Love the Colombia videos. Next time please go to Cartagena and Tayrona National Park. Tayrona we skipped because Aki couldn't go in and it was really hot, and we've talked about wanting to do a separate trip back to Panama, San Blas Islands, and northern Colombia. So definitely. And we did go to Cartagena. We made a video about it and loved Cartagena. Lorena Dominique says, donde están ahora? Estamos en San Pedro de Atacama ahora. In Chile. In Chile. Cesar Bermudez. Hi guys, we love your videos. If you come to Uruguay, drop us a line and we'll give you a space with my girl. We're in Punta del Este. We'd love to.
I'll take a
Cesar,
screenshot.
we're screenshotting that. And is there surf there? Because we'd love to visit and get in the water.
We'll screenshot that, and I guess if you can get on our emails listed in our description box below, so send us an email and we can connect that way. Because
okay, 7-minute warning, everyone.
Okay. Oliver John Daniel says, hey guys plus Aki, just a shout out from South Africa. Keep up the awesome travel and keep safe on the adventures. Much love, Ollie and Tam.
Oliver and Tam, we would love to get South Africa. Actually, people asked before what countries are like, your to-do list or where you really want to go. And for me, South Africa is huge because of the surf and the landscape. I've heard so many things. Quickly before you jump on the next one. Favorite things, we always love your comments. He said, looking forward to your visit to Chile. Will you ski? That's a potential. Apparently outside of Santiago, there's some really good skiing. It sounds like it's a bit expensive, but maybe we'll go for one day and just hire equipment.
Max did some skiing in next Sunday's video as well, which you will see. And it's
next Sunday awesome. I did some a bit different skiing, so be ready for that.
Jay, thank you again. You are the legends in our hearts. Oh, why did it do that? Why does it do this to me? Maybe it's because they upload.
Sorry, we're still figuring things out here, guys.
We're on like a certain spot to try to stay in order, and then it just skips us. Okay. For both of you, what's the plan when this is all over? Oh, we kind of talked about that. I guess we didn't really talk about that. We didn't. So what's the plan when this is all over? Will one of you move to be together? We have talked about potentially trying out the east coast of Australia and trying out the west coast of Canada.
It'd be sad if we weren't planning on one of us moving to be together.
Oh, we're definitely going to one of us move. We just don't know which direction. So we're still figuring
And I actually feel like that's probably one of the, people ask what we have fights about the most. We don't have fights about that the most, but that would be one of our, one of our hardest questions, because
we both have such great families and friends, and we just wish they could be in the same spot.
Yeah. So Lee's family, if you're still watching, maybe you should move to Vancouver. So it's a direct flight from
Sasha's 5 to 10 year plan. Actually, Sasha's gone to a wedding. So that's, Richard says, what about taking a sailing trip with the Delos? Weren't you talking to them?
Yeah, sailing Delos. Oh, no, I don't think we've talked to them.
Who was the couple? Naranji or whatever?
Sailing Nanji.
We've talked to.
But sure, if they invite us, I just want to learn to sail, so I don't really mind who it's with. It would be great to learn to sail, and they have to be okay with the dog on board.
Yeah. Rude Van, who, I can't never say your last name, but I definitely remember chatting to you. Says, do you see yourself working full-time jobs in the future?
We are working a full-time.
We're working for amount right now, but we definitely do see ourselves going back to full-time work. But it doesn't mean there's any constraint of what that means. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a 9 to 5 or back into restaurants where I used to work. We don't know what work is going to look like, but we definitely.
And we've talked about this recently. I think there's a very good chance I'll go back to paramedics, at least for a little bit as well. So I look forward to that challenge and relearning everything.
Yeah. Elda Vander says, can you send me an address to send Aki toys, please, from Mexico? If you send us an email to our inbox, we can definitely find something for that. Sydney Burquat says, hi, my boyfriend and I love your videos. How do you all travel for long periods of time on a budget? We are planning a 3-month trip to South America as well. For budget, our best resource is one of our first videos we made called 6-month van life budget on our channel. It's one of our oldest videos, and there we kind of break down our budget, and that might be able to give you a better idea. Depending where you go in South America, the prices change.
Also get a good budgeting app on your phone. Can keep track of how your budget's going.
Yeah.
We have one called something Trails.
Trail Wallet.
Trail Wallet
that our friends Dan and Dee gave us, and I haven't put into it that much, but he does it, and it's really good.
Lisa, thank you for all the hard work you put in and deliver the epic content. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Rindu Septa Digi. Max and Lee, you guys are very inspiring. I like watching your YouTube channel. Very fun, exciting. I want to be part of you guys. I hope you all read this. Warm greetings from me. Thank you so much for being part of our channel. We appreciate you.
Melanie says, love from Florida. Can you please show us your surroundings? We've only got a couple of minutes left, so I'll quickly lift this up. So we are actually parked in a car park at the moment. So that's the car park that side. And if you can hear the beautiful water flowing in the background. It's actually someone doing flooding irrigation for the paddock next door, which is not the most efficient form of irrigation.
Yeah.
But they are. I asked them, and they're flooding it to grow alfalfa to feed their horses. Just so you know. So not our most beautiful surrounding, but that's where we are.
Kathleen Reynolds says, I'm always rooting for you. You represent integrity and honesty in your relationship. Thank you, Kathleen. We by no means are perfect in our relationship, but we try. John says, you guys come to any sort of existential conclusion about after being out of the 9-to-5 for a while? Well, to be honest, John, neither of us ever worked a 9-to-5 in the sense of the actual like Monday to Friday jobs. Like Max always works shift work, and I work shift work like mornings and nights. So I don't think I even have, like, I used to just want so bad to have a Monday to Friday job to have weekends that everybody else had off.
Which I never wanted, because I worked 4 days on, well, 2 days, 2 nights, and then 4 days off. And yeah. I always felt that after doing that for so long, only having Friday, Saturday and Sunday off would seem so short.
Yeah.
So in terms of existential conclusion, I'd say the main thing we've learned is that 9 to 5's not the only way to live. In
saying that, I also don't think it's needed to put down a 9-to-5 job either. Like, so many people doing this lifestyle think escape the 9-to-5. It's like, that's not an escape. Like, it's whatever you want to do, you know? Like, if you don't want to do 9-to-5, don't do 9-to-5. If you like that, then it's your thing. Like,
and I think we'd love the structure of a 9-to-5, to be honest.
Yeah. Jay asked if we have plans to come to the States and the East Coast. Selfish question. We'd love to meet you, Jay. We do want to come eventually, but no current close-up plans.
Right. So we're getting to our 2 hour limit.
I'll just randomly pick one more.
Hardy, what do you like most about each other and what not? Oh, I can't sum that up in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I think I love Max's positivity.
And I think I love the fact that Lee's willing to try anything, even though it's out of her comfort zone.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Susan Edwards. I'm fascinated by Aki. He is so adorable and smart. It's so fitting that Aki is the last question. And just seems to adapt to every adventure. Did you have him trained? Did you get him as a puppy?
Yeah, so we've kind of already answered that. I got him at 8 weeks old and trained him, but he is so smart, he does most of it himself.
Yeah. Annalyn, it's currently 1:04 p.m. on Sunday, so we are the exact same time zone as, like, it's the CST, I think, like Central. Okay. Aki's right behind us, and okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. If we didn't get to answer your questions, because we did kind of get thrown around the chat a little bit, we tried as hard as we could to answer as many as possible. Leave them if you want to leave them. Once we post this on, leave them in the comments. And we're heading out today, so we don't have time the next 2 days, but a few days from now we will get into there and answer any ones that weren't already answered in this live stream as best as we can.
And I think we just want to reiterate how much we appreciate all of you, and that, you know, this whole thing, like, we love sharing this content, but the community is part of what makes it.
AJ stuff, you've asked a few times, but we don't have our merch for sale yet. We were planning on getting that organized for this fall. So Aki mugs, t-shirts,
Christmas presents will be
Aki
ready.
Calendar. We definitely want to do that. And yeah, the next week's video is definitely one of our favorites, one of the most hardest and most challenging things that we've done.
Next week's video, Lee edited it and she did such a good job. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We love
you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good, because I need to know where you got that hat.
Oh, this
Hatchman's Will and Bear.
Yeah.
Okay. Goodbye, Jan and Daisy.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, Elise. Goodbye, David. Goodbye, Annie. Goodbye, Candace. Goodbye, Enchanted.
All right. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, Jay.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.